thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at, though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap, though. Yeah. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. No. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Woo. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Second serve. Opening point. The serve onto the backhand of Federer. He slices up to the line and comes in. Now playing low backhand volley. Can't do anything with that though. Sharp work from Tsitsipas. He'll be sharp from the get-go, I think, here. 15 love.
Well, if that first point is any indicator, Federer is going to look to attack as often as possible. Immediately hitting that return and moving in, putting his younger opponent under pressure.
As Tsitsipas prepares and serves out wide. Blocked back here by Federer over the baseline. It's 15 all.
It's going to be important for Tsitsipas to get his serve going, to get a lot of first serves in, but hitting his targets and, you know, playing for that second ball, playing with some purpose behind the serve.
As Tsitsipas serves down the tee. Second serve. On the forehand of Federer cross court. Tsitsipas goes up the middle of the court. Big back up the line from Federer. Oh, sharp early, Chandler. It's 30-15.
And Tsitsipas had almost no time to react to that when Federer took it so early, stepped well inside the baseline, and extended beautifully on this backhand.
It's going to be a quick match, and I don't mean in terms of necessarily on the Rolex clock. I just mean in terms of the way they're playing, how heavy they are from the back of the court. As this serve from Tsitsipas onto the forehand of Federer. Sits up. Tsitsipas goes to the cross-court forehand. Dug out by Federer. Now Tsitsipas goes back that way, but Federer in position for a cross-court forehand. Cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas up the line from Federer. Blocked back by Tsitsipas. Federer puts it away. Backhand volley up the line. It's 30-all.
I mean, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one.
Did you got popcorn in your bag?
I wish I had some right now. But Federer making the adjustment from the first point where he missed the backhand volley that time. Just a little more footwork. Moving out into the court, the feet.
So 30-all in the opening game. As the serve comes in. Down the tee, blocked back by Federer. It's a floating ball. It lands in. Big cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas. Federer there with a cross-court forehand of his own. Matched by Tsitsipas. Going back that way is Federer. Tsitsipas blocks it near the baseline, lands in. Now goes with a big ball, too big, up the middle of the court. Break point Federer at 30-40.
And this has been already such a high-quality game. There isn't a lot that Tsitsipas is doing wrong, but you just can't afford any misses if Federer is going to play this way. It's immediately youngster under pressure here.
He can't keep up this pace. I know this is only the opening game, but if this pace is frenetic, and Tsitsipas, I don't think would be able to hang on. I think Federer will be able to ride the wave if it's played at this.
Warning, Mr.
Clock
Tsitsipas.
0. Oh, forgot to look at that. Anyway, first time violation. Serve, takes the net, flies long and wide. And Federer was almost near the service line to receive that. Sneak attack by Roger. Serve here. He slices. Cross-court takes the pace off. Forehand up the line from Tsitsipas. Big cross-court forehand from Federer up the line again from Tsitsipas. The line. Now goes with a forehand this time. He plays that to the Tsitsipas backhand. It's a deeper ball. Cross-court forehand into the net from Federer. Looking to go up the line of the Juice court. It is Juice.
Well, Tsitsipas immediately in this first game is having to bring out some of his best stuff to hang on. And he got that time violation, the warning, because of the shot clock going down. So the next one, he's going to lose a serve.
Yeah.
So, and it's only the first game.
Well,
There's a lot of tennis left to play.
5-4. He might get one here. 3, 2, 1, 0. He hasn't served yet. Oh, he's got a little leeway there. Serve out wide. Blocked back by Federer. Tsitsipas goes back that way. Federer. Oh, cross-court forehand. He missed. He just missed. He had a good cut at that one. Advantage Tsitsipas.
Well, it would be nice if on the changeover, the chair sort of warned him again about the time he's taking, because this would be very bad if he gets another one and loses a serve at some point in these early stages.
Well, it's down to 8-7. He should be okay here. He is. First serve into the nets.
But they're not even playing long points yet. I mean, he needs to be aware of that.
Second serve. Serve. Blocked back by Federer up the middle of the court. Cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas. Dug out by Federer. Floating ball. Tsitsipas. Oh, boy, that's a hash of a backhand volley. Straight down into the bottom of the net. It was a high backhand volley, and it's Juice.
It actually hit the court first, just before it hit the net. So really making a hash of that high backhand. It's not an easy shot, but Tsitsipas just didn't extend out into the court.
Yikes. This game's had everything. It's the only opening game of the match. 5 minutes up on the Rolex clock already.
Time violation.
And another one. He's going to lose a point. Oh, loses a serve. Sorry, he lost a serve. He stares at James
I was afraid
Giovan.
of this. I was afraid of this.
The family. Apostolos, his coach and dad.
That's
serve out wide. He got it.
Nope. It's a double.
No, it was a double. Sorry, he missed it.
He missed it.
Oh, I'm trying to keep up with what's happening here. This has gone up from the doubles out on Melbourne Arena.
You're all discombobulated right now.
I'm getting it together. Break points here for Federer. Clock winds to 16. He's getting going now, Tsitsipas. He serves down the tee. And he misses. Challenge. He should challenge. I think he's got a case here.
Left center service line. The ball's got out.
Well, it's interesting. If he wins this challenge, Federer missed the return. Would that be at the point, or would they replay it?
Let's see.
We'll have to see.
Well, we've got to see whether it's in first. Come on, Hawkeye. Oh, I think he's made it. We saw a quick image. I think he's made this. I could be wrong.
He got it.
He did. It's in. He's going to take the points. Now, Tsitsipas is taking the points. Yeah. Federer standing his ground in the ad court. James Giovan calls Juice, and Federer's going to have a chat.
I thought it was a late one.
It was not late.
Okay. I thought the ball hit the racket and then the full game.
It's in the whole movement. What do you want me to tell you? I think you have a bad punch that you gave the guy 2 warnings. That's why you're doing it. That's my opinion.
Them's fighting words.
There absolutely is.
Where is the popcorn?
Oh, by the way, still in the first game. Serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Into the net from Federer on the forehands. It's advantage Tsitsipas.
Federer said, I think you feel bad for giving him 2 warnings. And so you gave him that one.
No, I'll tell you, no, because the clock's in the corner. Serve here from Tsitsipas, blocked back by Federer. Tsitsipas going back that way. Federer back out the line. Oh, good fire volley from Tsitsipas. Federer there again. Tsitsipas with the volleys in short. Now picking up is Federer. Tsitsipas can't pick up that one. What tennis we're seeing in the opening game. It's juiced for the 4th time.
This is just ridiculous. I mean, that point from Federer. How did he pull this one out? Tsitsipas did everything right. Hits an excellent volley to come in, and Federer just does him one better.
Just punch that ball up the line. This is breathtaking stuff. Early stages between these two. The serve clock wound down to 0 again. The serve blocked back by Federer. Sits up. Tsitsipas with a cross-court forehand. Federer's there. Tsitsipas, big forehand winner. And he gets game points.
Tsitsipas.
Yeah, but Tsitsipas, he's got to be very careful because the next violation, the next warning is a point. That would be disastrous here.
Serve clock at 10 this time. Serve down the tee from Tsitsipas onto the forehand of Federer. Tsitsipas cross-court forehand. Federer's there. Cross-court forehand wide.
Game. Tsitsipas.
And 8 minutes into the match, Tsitsipas holds. It's 1-love in the opening set, but it feels like we've played 3 sets already.
Oh, it feels like we are deep into this match, and it's just phenomenal that they both come out first game at this high of a level. And to Tsitsipas's credit, he kept coming. He got past at tough point a few points ago, but he just kept moving into the net, and I think it's going to be the way he needs to play if he wants to have a real chance to take out Federer in this match.
So let's see, 13 by 5, 65 by 8.
Roger Federer.
520 minutes this match is going to go for.
That's some funny math there.
8.8 hours, roughly. And I haven't included and I sort of said the tiebreak would count as a game. So maybe a little over 8 hours.
No.
As this serve onto the backhand of Tsitsipas goes long.
That can't happen. That can't happen.
Which would put us at, what have we got, 5 hours, 3 a.m., at roughly 3 a.m.
We're not getting paid enough for that.
Who would want to leave, though? Serve down the tee. Blocked back here by Tsitsipas. Off forehand from Federer. Tsitsipas is there. Cross court. Slice from Federer. Tsitsipas with a big forehand up the line. Dug out by Federer. No, into the net. It's 15-all.
15-all.
Tsitsipas, he has just maintained a very even demeanor, considering how tough that first game was. Seems like he's recovered and he's getting right back up, trying to get on top of Federer.
So I was basing that on the 13 game, on the 7-6. Serve here from Federer, blocked back by Tsitsipas into the net. And it's 30-15.
30-15.
We have a message from Vicky, who is in New Zealand, saying, so excited for my heroes match tonight. Hope he wins.
What, Tsitsipas or Federer?
Doesn't say.
Probably Federer. Well, let's see. You never know. Serve here from Federer onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. It sits on the top of the net. Off forehand, that's hammered with intent. Off forehand style into the 8 court by Federer. It's 40-15.
14-15.
And this is just the game Federer would have wanted to have after that long game, previous game. Didn't capitalize on a break opportunity, but he is certainly putting the hammer down in this game.
As a serve down the tee from Federer misses. Second serve onto the backhand of Tsitsipas up the middle of the court to the forehand of Federer. Now forehand up the line from Tsitsipas. He works the cross court. Federer's there. That's a sharp chance. Full straight. Tsitsipas up the line. Picked it up. Oh, but easy as you like. Off the baseline. Cross court backhand winner. Flicked by Federer. It's 1 game all in the opening sets.
1 game all.
Yeah.
With this kind of tennis. Has there been a couple of unforced errors already or no? I mean, it has looked so clean. Both
3
players.
Tsitsipas, 1 Federer.
And that's
4 winners Federer, 2 for Tsitsipas.
And considering how long the first game went, that's pretty good.
The average rally length, 4.21 shots. Serve into the net here from Tsitsipas. Second serve. Onto the backhand of Federer, up the line. Tsitsipas there with the cross-court backhand. Federer just playing the slice defence up the middle of the court. It drifts too much. And it goes long. And it's 15 love, 11 minutes in. Okay, now I have to redo my calculations. By the way, Steve Pearce again has left his sunglasses in the booth.
And he was only here for 10 minutes, and he left them again.
That is unbelievable. I have to buy him a little chain, carry him around in. The serve onto the off forehand of Federer. That goes long too. It's 30 love.
A nice movement, ball movement by Tsitsipas on the serve, really keeping Federer just off balance enough.
Tell you what, though, that serve clock, worth its weight in gold, because he has sped up now, Tsitsipas. Serve out wide, an ace. First of the match. It's 40 love.
40 love.
And he's got to be very strategic, Tsitsipas, about where he serves, hitting his spots, hitting his target. That one, angle, halfway up the service box, but beautifully placed.
So now down to 8 as he gets into the motion. It pauses at 8. The serve out wide, misses. $40 love, 1-1 opening set. Second serve. Off forehand by Federer. Tsitsipas is there picking up. Nope, it goes wide. Federer was looking to come forward. It's 40-15.
That's such an excellent play, though. Federer hitting the return and immediately moving in. But hit through a big lane. I mean, that was more in the middle of the court, but it just forced Tsitsipas to have to try to come up with the pass, and he couldn't do it.
Coached by his dad, Apostolos. Petros, his brother, is here too, as a player making his way out on the tour. As the serve goes into the nets from Tsitsipas. Second serve. Onto the forehand of Federer. Ripped across court into the bottom of the nets. Whew, we can take our breath. It's 2-1 Tsitsipas on serve in the opening set here on AO Radio, live around the world.
Tsitsipas leads by 2 games to 1.
So we can get to a few more emails. We have Albert in Los Angeles.
Early.
Well, I think it's about winning slams, too, winning majors. So you have to have a focus this stage.
Well, Federer's focus, as we wait for the spectators, is behind the court.
Well, I have to say, okay, so we have Lou in Moscow. It's -4 and snowing here in Moscow. I've pulled the nil interest stamp out today. At the office. I'm heading home. I'm going to finish that.
The serve into the net.
He says, great to have the warmth coming through from the A-team of Jill and Pete.
Oh, no!
No!
The serve onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. Oh, no, I think she had to storming out. Forehand up the line here from Tsitsipas. Big backhand now. Federer there. Backhand to backhand. Big off forehand Tsitsipas. He goes wide.
I just had to read that.
Come back.
Hello, Lou. I mean, I'm hurt.
It's the great Chandler Rubin sitting in the chair, not Jill Cravers.
But Jill is pretty awesome, so, I don't feel too bad. But come on, Lou.
As the serve here, down the team missing. Maybe we need to introduce ourselves more. It took people about 8 years to learn who I was. As the serve here onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. Backing up the line from Federer is deep. Blocked back by Tsitsipas. He did well. Oh, Federer, sublime fine volley up low. Now the lob from Tsitsipas goes long. What a volley by Roger Federer. It's 30-love.
But I just love how both of these players are trying to take it to each other. They're coming out. They're playing the right way, being aggressive, and playing high-percentage tennis. But we've seen some incredible shot making. That last volley from Federer was just that.
As the serve here from Federer into the body of Tsitsipas. He can't do much with that backhand. It's 40-love. By the way, Roberto Bautista Agut, 5-2 in the third set against Marin Cilic. Chance at 2-1 lead. As the serve here from Federer, too big. Second serve onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. Sits up for Federer. He goes flying up the line. Tsitsipas gets nowhere near it. It's 2 games all in the opening set.
Well, the problem with that shot for Tsitsipas is that he can't read it. I mean, Federer can go inside out. He can go inside in, and that's just what he did. He gets into position with his legs so quickly, gives him options.
I guess the question is, this time in 7 days, we'll be getting the players out onto court for the warm-up for the men's final. Will one of these players be there
For service.
on the court? Maybe they might be here in the crowd, but on the court is what I was saying. Aiming for
I
there.
knew what you meant.
Yeah. I'm sure most of the audience did. Just like to be sure. Just want to check out. So 2-all. As the serve from Tsitsipas is an ace down the tee. 206 kph.
So we have Rob in Malaysia who's asking, please explain why there was no penalty for the 2-time violations. Dumbfounded. There was a penalty.
Yes.
Tsitsipas lost the first serve. That's the first penalty. It's first a warning. Then you lose a first serve. Then it'll be a point after that.
And then point all the way through. The serve onto the big forehand of Federer, too deep. It's 30-love.
30-love.
It's like we got all of our big shots and good play out in that opening game. We're sort of in a bit of a holding pattern now.
Yeah, but holding pattern is exactly right. And that's what both players need to do right now. They are immersed, though. They've settled into this match beautifully.
Sure have. Serve out wide, missing from Tsitsipas. Gosh, there's a very loud concert going on next door. As the serve here, onto the backhand of Federer, plays it up the line. Tsitsipas, big cross-court backhand, matched by Federer. Backhand to backhand in the 8 court, and now Federer goes too much. And it's 40-love.
Some of those mistakes, those misses, are as a result of knowing that Tsitsipas is looking to come in, is looking to attack on his side of the court. So Federer really focused on trying to get the depth of shot, just pulling that one long.
As the serve here from Tsitsipas, blocked back by Federer. Tsitsipas coming in, goes in the juice court. Federer throws it straight back at him. A little drop volley's nice, but Tsitsipas gets it done, keeps himself in front. We're on serve in the opening set, and it's Stefanos Tsitsipas. 3-2 here on AO Radio, live around the world. All right, we'll give you some time.
I always liked Shea Sue. I gotta be honest.
Yep.
She's got Such variety.
I watched her beat Simona Halep at Wimbledon last year. Corrected call on the first serve here.
It's not how I corrected it.
Yeah, before I hit it.
After. You hit yes, you hit the shot, then you corrected it.
One sec. You tell me now.
There we go.
You called it before I hit it in my previous match. You call it after
The fault came after you hit the shot, but the correction came after.
How is it possible in 2 different matches, 2 different things?
No.
And the serve was the same speed.
The call didn't hinder your shots. Are you going to challenge the serve or not? If not, then it's point to Roger. Challenge?
Mr. Tsitsipas is challenging the call on the service line. The ball scored in.
Well, he's a little... Fair to say they're all a little cranky at the moment. The stakes are very high.
Very touchy.
Let's have a look here. They're clearly in.
15.
So this is almost the same thing that Roger complained about. It went against him, but this time
There you go.
he gets the call.
The serve here from Federer, out wide, block back, Tsitsipas in the bottom of the net. If you're James Scott, though, you would have loved that opportunity to go, see, it wasn't because of the time violations.
He's trying to keep it professional out there.
Of course. If it was me, I'd be like, what? Look at this. Serve here from Federer going down the tee, misses. Second serve. And this serve onto the forehand of Tsitsipas. It's cross court. Federer's there playing up the line into the nets. And it's 30-15. By the way, Roberto Bautista, good 2-1 up on Marin Cilic. 6-2, the third set on Margaret Court Arena.
So Lou just apologized for thinking I was Jill.
The serve out wide, blocked back by Tsitsipas. Volley here from Federer. Tsitsipas going to go off the line. Couldn't get anything on that forehand. And it's 40-15.
I'm not holding it against you, Lou. It's okay, but thank you for your emails. We love that you're listening in.
Yeah.
He says now, well, he or she, I'm assuming it's a he, but I will correct to the A team, A-plus team.
As we see here, Federer playing cross-court forehand. Tsitsipas is there, forehand from both players. Federer coming in, Tsitsipas goes up the line for a winner. Big forehand winner. It wasn't a convincing approach from Federer, and it's 40-30. Yes, Lou's very much a man. And a regular correspondent when he gets the information right. But he had the nil interest stamp out, so The serve here, onto the forehand of Tsitsipas, sits up. Federer goes to the cross-court backhand, matched by Tsitsipas in the A-court. Heavy going from both players. Now Federer on the forehand, looking up the line. He goes wide, and now we're at deuce.
This is a very good game for Tsitsipas. He's giving Roger his biggest challenge yet on serve. Keeping some tension, some pressure in this game.
So we're at deuce. Serve out wide. Blocked back by Tsitsipas. Too deep.
That was such a good serve from Federer. Taking a little bit off, but getting better placement and a sharp angle out to the Tsitsipas forehand.
24 minutes up on the Rolex clock as the serve comes from Federer. Out wide. Too deep. Second serve. Onto the backhand of Tsitsipas, and he's ripped that cross-court and wide. It's 3 games all in the opening set here on AO Radio. And this
3 games all.
is just unfolding nicely. Just percolating this. Both players feeling the tension.
Well, when you consider that when they played in Hopman Cup a couple of weeks ago,
Yep.
it was 7-6, 7-6. So this match is certainly shaping up to be very similar in terms of the competitiveness.
Serve here from Tsitsipas. Too deep.
But everything's different here. We're at a major. On the main stage, Rod Laver.
Second serve onto the forehand. Federer up the line. Missed.
So much more at stake for both players. And you just wonder where that may come into play here. But so far, no one has blinked.
So far.
So far.
Still a long way to go.
There sure is.
Midnight Madness maybe tonight. The serve here from Tsitsipas on the forehand of Federer. Tsitsipas goes to the forehand up the line, trying to block that back. Federer couldn't do anything with the forehand. 30 love. This is impressive from Tsitsipas. First serve percentage. Still on the low side though. 56% early stages to get that first ball in. As Tsitsipas prepares and will serve down the tee, an ace.
40 love.
Ace number 3 for the match. 207 kilometres an hour, 40 love.
Well, I think in the first game, the service percentage for Tsitsipas was much lower. So I think he has improved it as the set has gone on.
Serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Blocked back by Federer. Short ball. Tsitsipas just pushes the point up the line. Federer can't do much for that. Clever from Tsitsipas. I think he was thinking drop shot. He changed at the last minute. It's 4-3 Tsitsipas opening set here on AO Radio. It would be about 11 p.m. there or something. They're walking out.
All day. It is an all-day thing.
It is. Second serve for Federer at 3-4. On to the backhand of Tsitsipas. And this is a deep ball. Dug out on the forehand by Federer. And Tsitsipas mishits a forehand, but it goes in. Federer coming into the net, playing the backhand volley. Tsitsipas the forehand. He can't do much with that. Nice play from Federer. Sensed that his opponent was way out of court. It's 15-love.
And Federer just taking on every challenge and meeting it with a challenge of his own. Coming in a whole lot more than I think he did in his previous matches.
Serve into the net from Federer. Second serve. Onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. Sits up for Federer, goes off forehand. Oh, no. That went well wide.
Well, the advantage for Tsitsipas here is that he's serving first. So once he holds serve, he can relax just a little bit, enough to go after perhaps a few returns and put some more pressure on Federer here. As
the serve comes in, down the tee, blocked back by Tsitsipas into the bottom of the net.
13-15. That's it. Federer gives him a chance. Those first serves have been so good. Crucial times.
So 30-15. As the serve comes in, down the tee, an ace. First ace for the match for Federer tonight. It's 40-15. As we see Federer prepare again and serves. Locked back by Tsitsipas up the middle of the court. Big cross-court forehand from Federer. Misses. Corner of the deuce court style. As that ball disappears into about row 17 of the crowd.
Well, maybe just a little indecision from Federer on that approach. Didn't get up to it quite as quickly. Couldn't get the spin to bring it in. I wouldn't give that ball back. Somebody's in the stands being very nice.
You have to give it back. It's not baseball.
What are they going to do if you don't? They're going to come tackle you?
Yeah. Serve out wide. Blocked back here by Tsitsipas. A floating ball. Federer goes off forehand. Tsitsipas way out of court with a slice backhand. Federer goes back in that direction. Comes in. Tsitsipas goes up the line. Federer blocks it off at the net. Now cross-court backhand is good from Tsitsipas. He had the time and he had the space. Nailed it. We're a juice.
And Tsitsipas showcasing that beautiful one-handed backhand where he extends out into the court. It's free-flowing and he gets such great trajectory and spin. That ball goes up and gets down so quickly. Federer had no play on it.
Federer serves down the tee, blocked back by Tsitsipas up the middle of the court. Federer on the baseline with an off forehand. Big looping backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer coming in up the line. Now he's going to play the backhand volley back behind Tsitsipas for the winner. Got that done nicely. Federer has gained points.
And that's a great response. After getting past, Federer, maestro that he is, comes right back and challenges Tsitsipas at the net.
Yeah, you can see he's going to be on the full stretch The serve down the tee, and Tsitsipas, the forehand goes into the net. And was that a come on I heard from Rog?
You did. You heard that. He knows how important these games are. You're getting to the business end of a set. And he came up big there at the end.
4 games all. And changing his rackets.
So I have to read a couple of emails. We have a couple of minutes. Kuhn is in Cambodia checking out this great Oz radio while visiting Angkor Wat. I don't know what that is.
Yep, okay.
Is that what that is? But he says I'm a rock star. I love that. That's the best part of the message. Thank you.
That's great. The serve here, onto the forehand to Federer up the line. That's great. You get people from everywhere.
That is kind of you to say.
Like Chandra's the rock star of our AO radio team.
Well, these players are the rock stars, so I can't take credit.
What about Anna Wintour, who's in the crowd tonight? As the serve goes into the net. Roger's in town. Anna's arrived. Locking on. Second serve here, running around, playing the forehand is Federer. It's an off forehand. Forehand up the line from Tsitsipas. Federer full stretch. That forehand goes long. Tsitsipas looking to come in, spread the court nicely. It's 30-love.
Well, a lot of times when your opponent is bothering you with a certain play, you can do the same play right back at them. And Tsitsipas is coming at Federer the same way Federer comes at his opponents. I love it.
So 30-love. Tsitsipas serves too deep. Lots of messages coming in from around the world. We welcome them. Second serve onto the off backhand of Federer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was off. Well, 40 love. 4 games all. Opening set here on AO Radio, live around the world. As we see Tsitsipas prepare. And serves down the tee on the forehand. Serve volley from Tsitsipas. Federer tricks up off the baseline. The volley straight back at Federer. Forehand takes the net and goes long. It's 5-4 Tsitsipas on serve here on AO Radio, live around the world.
Tsitsipas leads by 5 games to 4.
I didn't say it as beautifully and melodiously as you said it.
Welcome to Canberra.
Canberra.
Right. Let's go here. Federer serving to stay in the set now at 4-5. As this serve goes out wide. Nate. Ace number 2. Federer prepares again. And the serve goes down the tee. And that's a forehand from Tsitsipas that goes long. 30 love.
Well, it seems almost inevitable that we head to a tiebreak, but there's still a lot.
You're calling it
left.
already?
I mean, there's still a lot left to play, of course, but I'm calling it.
Serve into the net. Federer at first serve percentage 70%, winning 74% first ball, 75 on the second. Second serve, Tsitsipas way out of court, cross court forehand up the line goes Federer. Slice backhand cross court from Tsitsipas. Running around playing an off forehand is Federer. Tsitsipas there with a big backhand up the line for a winner. It's 30-15.
And if you're Tsitsipas, you just want to make Roger Federer work for it. You want to make it tough in this service game. And if you get an opportunity, obviously you want to capitalize. Shots like that one will help him to do so.
As the serve here from Federer. Down the tee onto the forehand of Tsitsipas. Sits up. Off forehand by Federer. Cross court. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer puts the ball up high. Tsitsipas goes with the cross forehand, but more up the middle of the court. Big rally this one. Up the line from Federer. Dug out by Tsitsipas with the cross court backhand. Big goes the other way is Federer with the forehand. Now he goes the forehand into the at-court corner for a winner. Incredible tennis from both players. Longest rally of the match, and it's 40-15.
Tsitsipas is staring at the line where that ball hit, wondering how did this ball go in. Tsitsipas doing everything right, and Roger again just one-upping him. He's too good.
He is. He's still that step ahead. It's incredible. Serve out wide from Federer, misses. 40-15, 4-5. For opening set, the serve out wide again on the Tsitsipas forehand. Federer trying to go up the line. Tsitsipas just looping a slice backhand. Now goes to the cross-court forehand with depth. Matched by Federer. Tsitsipas gets a shorter ball, plays that cross-court. Federer's there to block it back again. Now he gets on the cross-court backhand. Federer backing up the line from Tsitsipas. Too deep. He's missed. And that's game to Federer. It's 5 games all.
Whew.
Hard to keep up with this.
It is. You know, it's taking your breath away.
It is. Literally.
You're doing wonderfully.
But you know what the sad part is? You know, I came into this tournament, I thought, feeling all right, and, you know, I'm wearing jeans with a belt, and you have it at a certain notch. Sadly, the notch has gone out tonight.
What happened?
Dinner, lunch, dinner, lunch. Serve into the net from Tsitsipas. Oh, picture of health. Got a week to go. Be rolling me out of here. The serve onto the cross-court forehand to forehand. Good one from Tsitsipas. Federer blocks it back again. Now goes with a big back up the middle of the court. Up that way from Tsitsipas. Slice backhand cross-court. Slice from Tsitsipas trying to be cute. And he put it into the net instead. Love 15.
That may be the first bad shot selection that we've seen from Tsitsipas in this set. Just not in position and decided on the drop shot almost at the last minute and was halfway up the net. Nowhere near making that shot.
Love 15. We know the top players, when they get to business end of sets, they just go up a gear.
Yeah, they harden up just enough.
There's a serve here, blocked by Federer into the net. It was a body serve. It was an effective one. It's 15 all.
And the body serve is such a great option, especially when you've gone to the sides of the court, to the sides of the service box. Body serve jams the opponent.
As the serve comes in from Tsitsipas out wide. Misses. Second serve onto the backhand of Federer. Cross-court backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer's edging out. Too deep though. Boy, the depth from Tsitsipas. Amazing. 30-15.
Well, and the way he's staying calm, you know, after losing that first point under some pressure, and he just comes right back with high percentage tennis. Turns the game around.
39 minutes up on the Rolex clock. 30-15, 5 all opening set. Tsitsipas serves. Blocked back by Federer. Into the net. They just had a little float on it that it might have just got over. It didn't. It's 40-15.
Well, Tsitsipas, he was ready for it, looking to make that big first step. So it's good to see. I mean, he wants the ball, trying to play everything.
So Tsitsipas prepares himself. Serve into the net. Second serve. Onto the forehand. Federer goes up the middle of the court. Off forehand from Tsitsipas. Slice. Backhand short from Federer. Tsitsipas coming forward. Cross court. Federer goes back behind him. Oh, what a great volley though from Tsitsipas. He fell over. He fell forward as he hit the backhand volley. That's extraordinary. Even the Prime Minister of Australia couldn't believe that one. I don't know what to...
Tsitsipas leads.
We need to see that again. We need to see that again. He falls over and rolls with it. That's throwing your body into a volley. I like it.
Yeah. Well, he had to be careful he didn't roll too much so he touched the net. sure it's a lovely part of the world, but I'm glad I'm here.
Yes, me too.
Roger Federer serving to force this to a tie-break. It's 5-6 opening set. Serve down the tee. Tsitsipas gets a racket on it. Can't do anything with it. It's 15-love. By the way, 2-all in the fourth set. Bautista Agut and Marin Cilic. Bautista Agut 2 sets to 1 up. Margaret Court Arena. The serve from Federer. Whoa! Tsitsipas, the backhand clattered into the umpire's chair. I bet you he's not sorry about that.
No, I don't think so.
Another second serve here for Federer. Onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. A high ball off forehand by Federer. Tsitsipas goes with an off forehand. Federer's there. Backhand to backhand now from both players in the ad court. Now the middle of the court goes Federer. Switching his Tsitsipas with a forehand cross. Now he's got the drop shot. It gets over. Federer comes forward. Tries to flick it across court, but puts it into the net. It's 15-all.
That was a good play. A good time to play the drop shot. Tsitsipas well inside the baseline and committed to the shot early enough, but was able to disguise it. Nicely done.
So Federer prepares again from our commentary end. The serve down the tee. Tsitsipas gets a racket on it. Can't do anything with it again. It's 30-15.
The serve has been a crucial part of this first set. Both players coming up with some of their best serves in crucial moments.
As Federer prepares again, and will serve out wide. Tsitsipas blocks it back. Federer sits up, forehand up the line. Tsitsipas puts it up, but Federer's all over it. Just taps it away for a winner. It's 40-15, and as Chandra predicted, Nostradamus-like, we're going to a tie-break.
It didn't take that much forethought. The way this match has been going, how competitive, how close it's been.
As we see Federer prepare and serve out wide. Forehand, oh, that's wild from Tsitsipas. Hit the backboard on the ball, that forehand. Tie break, 6-all.
So have you redone your calculations? Almost 45.
Both players received one
probably
additional
50
challenge.
minutes. Could be close to an hour for the first set.
Okay,
so
well,
have you redone your calculations?
Let's see. So,
I guess we can wait till the set's over. But.
So 104 minutes we would have gone. So, what, hour and a half, hour and three-quarter or something like that for a first set. Serve out wide on the forehand from Federer. Cross-court backhand. Tsitsipas is good. He wins the opening point. It's 1-0.
Tsitsipas.
We're not going to get anywhere near that. So our 8 hours is off the table.
Yes, thankfully.
And with the final set tie break, it's definitely off the table. I think the players would appreciate that.
I think so.
Still, potential for it to be a long match if we keep going at this pace. 44 minutes at the moment as Federer serves 0-1. So to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Short ball. Federer picks it up, not convincingly. Tsitsipas, big backhand. And Federer couldn't handle the backhand volley. It's 2-0 Tsitsipas. Mini break time.
Yeah, it's Tsitsipas drawing first blood here in this tie break and not backing down from this passing shot, putting a little extra heat on it and just barely skimming the net.
So Federer prepares and he will serve down the tee. Blocked back by Tsitsipas. It's drifting wide. It'll come on from Federer. He's on the board. Down a mini break though. 2-1 Tsitsipas. First set tie break.
Well, Tsitsipas having trouble controlling the pace from Federer off that last serve. He's got to hold his nerve here. He's been doing a fabulous job with his first serve.
As we see Tsitsipas serve. Blocked back by Federer. In short. Tsitsipas goes up the line. He missed it though. Oh, he didn't play with margin there. It's 2 points all.
And just that little extra tension creeping into the moment. Tsitsipas overplaying. That's a shot you got to bring in 2 or 3 feet from the sideline. Make Roger make a passing shot.
It was only
attempted.
a handful of points a couple of weeks ago in Perth in the tie break. The serve down the tee from Tsitsipas is an ace. Mind you, I think there was more there about the serving of Tsitsipas dropping off slightly. No problem there though. An ace, 202 kph. Which
back
is
on serve here in the tie
approximately 125.5.
That's pretty good. That's good pace and power.
Yep. 2-3. Federer serve and volley. He's got to play the low forehand volley. Tsitsipas is there, throws up the lob. It goes long. What a volley by Federer into the juice court corner, but Tsitsipas trying to pick it up. They'll change ends at 3 points all.
These are some clutch shots that we are seeing from both men.
at certain times in this set. And Federer just holding his ground up there at the net. And when you can force an opponent to have to hit a great shot to win the point, that's the best you can do. In most cases, they won't be able to, especially when there's a little tension. If you have a ticket to this match, oh, you are lucky.
Yes. All sitting in the bunker, watching it.
That's true. We are.
One of the best seats in the house, except for the Lions people. Serve down the tee from Federer. Block back, Tsitsipas into the net. Another come on from Federer. It's 4-3 in this opening set tiebreak.
Just think about Federer's serve, and sometimes I feel like we do underrate it, but it is such a good shot.
Yeah,
he
under
gets
pressure.
Good pace. Under pressure is most important.
Yeah, you can rely on that serve. Talk about what are the qualities of being right at the top. That's one of them. The serve too deep from Tsitsipas, serving at 3-4. Federer did get a look at plenty of second serves over in Perth in the tie-breaks. The serve onto the backhand of Federer. Tsitsipas cross-court forehand, matched by Federer up the middle of the court. Tsitsipas goes back up that line, clean winner. Oh yeah, bouncing around at the back of the court now. It's 4 points all, opening set tie-break.
And this is where you have to bring the energy. You have to bring a level of intensity, and Tsitsipas is trying to do just that.
Now this is the important point for Tsitsipas, as the serve comes into the net. Now, which way is Federer going to go here? Will he go middle? He serves here. Up the middle he does go, Federer. Big cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas. Forehand to forehand. That off the baseline from Federer. He goes up the line, Federer. Tsitsipas full stretch. Can't get it back. That's why I said it was an important point, Chanda, because Federer now at 5-4 has 2 serves to come.
And look at where Federer was playing on this important point. He was closer to the baseline, and it was Tsitsipas losing the battle of court positioning. 4, 5, 6 feet behind the baseline, and he paid the price.
He's just talking to the umpire, Tsitsipas. He's not happy about something. Wait for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy to both players, please no calling out during the rally. Thank you.
Fair enough. Not sure why that gets a round of applause when you're trying to tell everyone to be quiet.
They should be quiet, right?
Yeah. Federer, 5-4 as he serves into the nets. Second serve. Serve onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. It's cross-court. Federer's there playing topspin backhand. Now he switches the topspin forehand. Too big. Well. 5 points all.
And can we consider that just the slight blink from Federer, falling backwards on that forehand and just pulling it long? A fairly routine rally ball.
5 points all. Opening set tiebreak. The serve out wide from Federer. Full stretch. Tsitsipas can't do anything with that. 6-5 set point Federer, but on the Tsitsipas serve.
Well, that's what Federer, exactly what he needed to do. And as you said, he pulls out the serve when he needs it most, and that is truly what makes it one of the best serves out there.
Set point Federer, 50 minutes in. Tsitsipas serves. This one blocked back by Federer. Drifting ball in the 8-court corner. Tsitsipas goes back that way. Federer full stretch. Tsitsipas all over it. Backhand volley up the line for a winner. 6 points all. Players will change ends again.
And Tsitsipas hit that backhand volley. Could have possibly been drifting out, but Tsitsipas didn't take any chances. You got to play everything at this stage. You have to want the ball. That's exactly the position that Tsitsipas was in.
By the way, I'll give a quick score update. 3-2 on serve in the fourth set. Cilic and Bautista good on Margaret Court Arena. Bautista good 2 sets to 1 up out there. We'll keep tabs on that, but our focus is firmly here. Stefanos Tsitsipas, 6-all, 6-all. Opening set. And the first serve takes the net and just gets over. So we'll do it again. As he prepares, Tsitsipas, the serve too deep, looking to push it out wide. Second serve. The serve. Up the line going Federer, the forehand. Cross-court backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer is there playing up the other line now. Tsitsipas with the cross-court forehand. Federer stepping in. Oh no, he made a meal of that forehand. Mishit it. It went long. Set point Tsitsipas on the Federer serve at 7-6.
And we may be seeing just a little tension in the Federer game. There was the earlier shot in that rally, the forehand that he could have gone in on, and he didn't. He moved backwards. And then the last one was a mishit. Opportunity here for Tsitsipas, but it is on Federer's serve.
As we see Federer prepare. Serve out wide. Tsitsipas going to challenge. His ball rolling to the net. He's already walking to the other side of the court, though. I love it when they do that. Shows how confident they are in their own challenging abilities. Federer picking up tennis balls as well. He stays over in the ad court. He doesn't need to, though. He can roll over to the deuce court now. It's in.
7-all.
7 points all. This is a massive set now, Chanda.
It is.
Just the winner of this, you sense, might be able to go on with it tonight. The serve down the tee, blocked back by Tsitsipas, drifting out.
Couple of big clutch serves from Federer again in this first set.
8-7. Federer has the set point. Tsitsipas has the serve. Oh, the crowd right involved. There are no spare seats. I cannot see a single spare seat in this stadium right now. And it's a serve. Blocked back by Federer. Drifting ball. And he's gone long.
Not only is there not a spare seat, there are a few people sitting in the aisles up top.
Well, they are too.
Hopefully it's not a safety hazard.
No. I think they're probably going to find their seats shortly. They just don't want to step over anyone to get there.
Yeah, I'd be mad if they were stepping over me in this match.
Exactly. 6 all and 8 points all in the first set tie break. The serve from Tsitsipas. Cross-court point from Federer is short. Tsitsipas way out of court, just blocks it back cross-court. Sits up for Federer. The net! Tsitsipas on the Federer serve. 9-8.
Tsitsipas.
That was a very makeable forehand, and Federer, cool and calm as can be, doesn't show that miss hurt, but has to be a little disappointing.
That is amazing. He took Tsitsipas way out of court. But Tsitsipas, a big forehand into the corner. Credit to him defensively. Set point Tsitsipas. Federer serves. Block back Tsitsipas. This takes the net, falls over. Federer goes to the knock forehand. Tsitsipas puts up the lob. Federer the overhead. Yes! He's got it. Oh, Tsitsipas almost had a blow on the ball. He couldn't get there. 9 points all. Players will change ends again.
No, you just can't imagine the tension that is in this stadium right now, in this match. And coming up with shots like the one Federer just hit, the overhead, the approach and the overhead. It's not easy under any circumstances, but especially at this moment in the match. And Federer just handles it like it's a routine shot.
Anna Wintour sitting behind the Federer team. Not actually in the player boat, but just one row behind.
Wasn't enough room.
Flew in today, I believe, for this match. 6 all, 9 all. Opening set. Federer serves down the tee, blocked back by Tsitsipas. Sits up for Federer. Drop shot. Tsitsipas nowhere near that. He was way back in the court. It's 10-9. Set point Federer on the Tsitsipas serve.
A drop shot off the forehand side. I don't think Federer has hit that shot once tonight and just pulls it out.
It's
Made
so
it look
clever.
So easy.
Yeah.
Kept his eye on the ball.
It's extraordinarily clever, isn't it?
It is.
Privilege it is to watch the best in the world going about their business at the highest level. Set point Federer. Tsitsipas misses the tee serve. Big opportunity now for Federer. Set point Federer. Tsitsipas serves. Slice backhand cross court from Federer. Big point at the line from Tsitsipas. Cross court forehand from Federer. Tsitsipas is there. He gets the ball he wants. Federer goes to the cross court forehand. Dug out by Tsitsipas defensive, and he shanked another forehand. Pulled that wide, Federer. 10 points all.
It's been 3 critical forehand misses in this tiebreak from Federer. One was a mishit. One was into the net or wide, and that one out. A little surprising from Federer, considering how well he's played.
10 points all. Take 2 on the ball toss from Tsitsipas. The clock keeps counting down. Interesting. Tsitsipas serves down the tee. Blocked back by Federer. He's going to challenge, but it's in. It's going to be set point Tsitsipas.
The ball's got in.
It's going to be set point Tsitsipas on the Federer serve. We wait for Hawkeye to confirm what we already know. Federer's up to the line to serve. Come on, Hawkeye, let's go. Clearly in. Set point Tsitsipas. 11-10. Opening set tiebreak. And Federer steps to the line. Set point Tsitsipas. Serve out wide. Missing in the corner. Second serve. Serve and volley from Federer. The backhand into the net from Tsitsipas though. Oh, it may have had a little bit of a look over, Chanda. It's 11 points all.
Well, that passing shot needed to dip down if it was going to be effective, but Tsitsipas was so far behind the baseline, increasing the difficulty of that pass.
11 all. Federer one serve to come. He serves down the tee, clips the net on the way through. The groans of the crowd. 57 minutes. What a set of tennis this has been. Down the tee, blocked back by Tsitsipas. Sits up for Federer. He goes cross-court forehand winner. Tsitsipas nowhere to be found. Set point again for Federer. It's 12-11. His fourth set points in the tiebreak.
And this has been pretty incredible. Right out of the gate, and these two have been firing at each other, and the tiebreak has been no different.
Amazing, huh? Amazing. Set point Federer. Tsitsipas serves big and misses. Second serve. The serve, then the slice backhand from Federer goes cross-court, short ball. Tsitsipas goes up the line. Federer digs it out. Forehand to forehand. Now Federer goes to the cross-court forehand. Tsitsipas goes up the line. Wide! A muted fist pump from Federer. Someone called out during the points. It's 7 games to 6. The score will stand. It goes to Roger Federer, the opening set in 58 minutes here on AO Radio.
Someone made what sounded like an
Tsitsipas right now. Because if he has any lapse in concentration, thinking about what happened at the end of that first set, Federer's going to go away with it. And by the time he clicks back in, it may be all too late. But let's see. Opening game, second set. Serve down the tee onto the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer, forehand drive volley. Tsitsipas, that comes off his frame. And, hits the umpire's chair accidentally and sort of ramps off.
Shouldn't it be Tsitsipas serving first? What happened?
No, it didn't.
Federer served first in the tiebreak.
Is that true? No. Hang on. I'll find out for you. Stand by. Serve here from Federer. Up the good body serve. The backhand up the line from Tsitsipas.
It's correct. Tsitsipas served first. My bad. Don't even check. Don't even check.
No. We'll chalk that error up to Jill. The serve going too deep from Federer. It's 30-love. Sorry, Jill, in advance. We're probably going to get some matches together.
Is she there? Okay, good.
She's not going to talk to me ever again. Oh, that's a wild backhand from Tsitsipas. This is what I'm talking about, Jill, because, that focus of, going to try and get back in, knuckle down, back to where we are. That was wild. And it's 40-love already for Federer. Federer serves, and that's, again, is wild. I don't think it's intentional, but he's hit the umpire's chair a couple of times here, Tsitsipas.
Second set.
And the other, controlling the emotions in that situation. So Chandra, when he walks past the umpire now, when you're being, bad line call or an issue or some sort of thing hasn't gone your way and you're right and it's frustrating because it's so close. Yeah. How do you channel that in the sort of next set or next moment that you get?
I mean, the best thing you can do, certainly for me, was to try to get, if I was angry, to try to direct it and use it positively. Because if it turns negative, then you can fall apart and put yourself in worse position. So it's very difficult when you're out there.
Well, let's see what Tsitsipas has got on his serve. An ace to start off with. Nice one to pull out of the bag. 15-love.
And I think it was probably good that Federer was serving first in that second set because it gave Tsitsipas some time to kind of reset. If he doesn't break, it's okay.
The serve here from Tsitsipas takes the net and goes long.
You can't afford to lose your serve here, so he's giving Tsitsipas a little leeway.
Second serve onto the backhand of Federer. Rip cross court, slice there, cross court from Tsitsipas with some depth. Now he gets onto the forehand up the line. Federer's there, squash shot. Backhand volley here from Tsitsipas, clips the net on the way through and drops shorter than what Federer was anticipating. He wins the point. It's 30-love.
Nice recovery from the youngster, from the 20-year-old. First 2 points of this service game. Those points are always crucial. Just let a little tension out of the situation.
Tsitsipas prepares. And will serve down the tee and ace.
40-love.
He's sixth for the match. By the way, Marin Cilic levels that match with Roberto Bautista Agut on Margaret Court Arena. They're off to a fifth. What a surprise. RBA and Marin Cilic off to a fifth set. Serve out wide, another ace. That's impressive. Good composure from Tsitsipas. It's one game all. Now that Margaret Court Arena in a result that surprised absolutely no one.
Yes, I think that would have certainly been expected.
We'll get to more of your messages in a moment, but it has been an eventful opening set of tennis. An hour and 5 on the Rolex clock. As Federer serves from the far end to our contrary position. He goes serve and volley. Backhand volley short. Tsitsipas trying to get there. Can't. What great angle on the dropper.
15-love.
It's 15-love.
This is just high-quality stuff and aggressive tennis with some shot making. Different looks.
There's the serve here from Federer. Down the tee on the forehand of Tsitsipas into the net. It's 30-love.
And Roger can hit the serve out wide on the ad court so well that you have to respect it. And that time, changing it up, going up the tee.
As Federer prepares again and serves onto the backhand of Tsitsipas, an off backhand clean winner. Federer was just glued to the spot, didn't move at all to that. It's 30-15.
And that return was kind of Federer-like. Tsitsipas took it early, short-hopped it slightly. Beautiful redirect.
As Federer prepares again, 30-15. The serve onto the forehand of Tsitsipas. A short ball, drop shot from Federer. Tsitsipas didn't hit it. It's into the net from Federer. It's 30-all.
Uh-oh. So now a little bit of tension building here. And Federer, can he come up with another clutch first serve?
Uh-oh, indeed. Let's see. As Federer prepares and will serve Too deep. Second serve. Tsitsipas meters from the baseline. This one onto the backhand. He's coming into volley, Federer, but again makes himself the target. And Tsitsipas nets the backhand return. It's 40-30.
Well, Federer smartly putting a little more kick on this second serve, and Tsitsipas was pushed further back, trying to get it in a strike zone. Just too much court.
Serve down the tee from Federer is an ace.
There you
Snuffed out the challenge there from Tsitsipas on serve. 2-1 in the second set. Federer the first set, 7-6 here on AO Radio, live around the world. Let's continue with some messages.
Well,
Chandler
talk
Rubin.
about clutch serving there. Is needed.
That's true.
That's how it works.
Good call.
Yeah.
So here we go. Tsitsipas serving the forehand into the nets by Federer. 15 love.
And Tsitsipas has done such a good job of just regrouping, settling himself back down here.
As the serve blocked back here by Federer, sits up. Tsitsipas puts that one away with authority. It's 30 love.
Well, Tsitsipas putting on the afterburners there, making the adjustment, seeing the return was going to be high and short from Federer. Just closes on the net, putting the overhead away.
As we see the serve, take the nets, fly long. Second serve onto the forehand of Federer. Cross-court backhand. Tsitsipas takes the net. Oh, it went out just. Federer would have been all over it, though.
30.
It's 30-15. So into the final set on Margaret Court Arena. 2 sets all. Cilic and Roberto Bautista good. But here, Tsitsipas, 30-15. The serve takes the nets, goes long. Second serve. The serve onto the backhand of Federer. Nope. Yeah, you didn't like that one, Fedzi.
Oh, the kick serve. It's been effective for both men during the course of this match. That one getting just slightly out of Federer's strike zone.
Into more of your messages at the end of this game. As the serve here down the tee. Tsitsipas following it in, the high ball from Federer. Tsitsipas slam dunk. Puts that one away. And it's 2 games all in the second set.
We have Lachlan in the U.S. saying, I'm in Aussie listening from the USA. Go Fed. And the commentating is so intense, I don't want to go to bed.
Okay, don't. No one's stopping you.
Yeah, of course.
Don't go to bed. That's easy. You know, not to put too fine a point on it, but just don't go to bed. Come on.
Just stay up. I'm going to say it another way.
Yeah. As the serve here out wide, it's an ace. It's 15 love for Federer.
And the commentating may be intense, but this match is intense.
Yeah, well, it's matching
and we
what
are
we're
trying
seeing.
to keep up.
Yep, hold on for dear life. There's a serve out wide, missing from Federer. Look, the gun show, Marky Lawati's wandered in. What's the plat du jour tonight in the restaurant? All right, I'll come back to that as we see Tsitsipas put a high backhand up. Now he gets a slice here. Federer coming in, goes back that way, clean winner. 30 love.
30 love.
You ate the chicken tonight, Mark Ilawati, at dinner.
Sounds appetizing.
Was it good? Give us a thumbs up. Yep.
A side of
Gummy bears.
Gummy
On the
bears.
off backhand. Oh, Tsitsipas, did he make that?
Mr. Federer.
Federer's going to challenge this.
Left baseline.
It was very much a react into his hip, Tsitsipas.
Yeah, he just redirected it. Shortened up, had to. This might have caught.
Nope. He missed.
Out.
Yeah, I think Federer just glared at the lines person too and said, no, you got to pick that up a bit quicker. 40 love. As the serve from Federer out wide misses. Second serve. Down the tee. Onto the forehand of Tsitsipas. Sits up for Federer. He's going to club this away. Yep, easy as they like. 3-2 Federer. Second sets here on AO Radio live around the world. Keep those messages coming, Chanda.
Well, we have a Y in Saudi Arabia saying the enthusiasm.
Tsitsipas serving a 2-3 in the second set. His first serve goes into the net. Second serve. The serve onto the off backhand of Federer. Tsitsipas goes to the cross-court forehand. Forehand to forehand from both players now. Up the line goes Federer. Cross-court backhand from Tsitsipas. Now he's working the forehand in the use court. Forehand to forehand. Good angle from Federer, and he can't handle that. Tsitsipas. Love 15.
Love 15.
And this is where Federer would want to try to take advantage. Maybe just a little tension building for Tsitsipas. But Tsitsipas, on his own side of the court, has served so well in big situations. So he's pulled himself out of trouble with that shot.
As the serve comes in. Too deep from Tsitsipas. Second serve. Onto the off forehand of Federer. Tsitsipas there with the cross-court backhand. Federer's there digging it out the middle of the court. Beautiful cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas. Now steps in, plays another one, opens up the court beautifully. It's 15 all.
What you can see in this match, both men, when they have the slightest opening, the slightest opportunity to move in and attack the net, they are doing it. And Tsitsipas didn't have to hit the volley, but he was ready to.
As we see Tsitsipas serving into the net. Second serve onto the backhand of Federer. It goes up high. Cross court, looping backhand from Tsitsipas. Backhand to backhand from both players. Now Tsitsipas runs around a forehand and plays it up the line, but pushes it wide. 15-30.
And feeling the pressure ever so slightly. Tsitsipas is trying to make those shots a little better than he needed to.
Seeing Apostolos, my mind goes back to Milan last year in the Next Gen Finals, which is the tournament that Tsitsipas took out. And the players could have coaching at the end of sets, put the headset on. And Tsitsipas got cranky one day. The serve here from Tsitsipas, blocked back by Federer. It's near the baseline. Off forehand, good again from Tsitsipas. Come on, he says. 30 all. And the only thing he was so frustrated, rather than throw the racket, was he picked up the little headset and just smashed it into a million pieces. Then we saw a shot of Apostolos. He still had the headset on. He just puts it on. He got fresh aired so many times by his son. But then he finally realised he tried to put this thing back together as his serve falls back on Tsitsipas.
How did that work?
Well, apparently it did, only in one ear. They actually couldn't hear each other for a time. The serve onto the forehand from Federer. Short ball. Tsitsipas comes up. Cross-court backhand. Federer low backhand volley. Tsitsipas sits up for Federer. Bang! Bang! Big off forehand winner. It's breakpoint Federer.
Man, is that the first opportunity, the first break point since the first game of the match?
Correct.
And Tsitsipas just didn't do enough with the volley, and he was a sitting duck up there. Federer could have gone either direction.
As Tsitsipas prepares, take two on the ball toss. Mind you, the serve clock's at 0 anyway. The serve onto the... Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. He's going to challenge.
Tsitsipas is challenging.
He's going to send this one upstairs.
The ball's got out.
Let's see. Did he catch a piece? Nope. It did not. Second serve. Break point for Federer. Tsitsipas serves. It sits up. Federer plays the forehand defensively. Big forehand up the line for Tsitsipas. Cross-court point from Federer. Dug out by Tsitsipas. Deep ball in the 8th court. Cross-court backhand from Federer. Now matched by Tsitsipas. Up the middle of the court goes Federer. Cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas. Oh, he's got too big as Federer. With his forehand, it went long. We're a deuce.
And that's the one shot that Federer has missed in some big moments. The first set, he managed to win it, but that forehand was a little bit of a liability, and there, missed opportunity again.
Say that again and again and again. Key moments. 4 minutes 22 this game has been running. Tsitsipas serves out wide. Big forehand from Federer up the middle of the court. Going back that way, Tsitsipas. Cross-court forehand from Federer is deep. Matched by Tsitsipas up the line. Federer, this lands in the corner of the 8th court. And that's into the net from Tsitsipas. He immediately throws a hand up to challenge.
The ball's
right in the corner.
Now, Tsitsipas perhaps misjudging the shot because he didn't fully play it. Sort of lackadaisical about it. Maybe thought it was going out.
Or is it out? Is it out?
And it is.
It is out.
That's a big call.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
He was a little nervous before the
seeing a replay of him
Hawkeye
putting his
came up.
hand over his eyes. Well, from break point to game point for Tsitsipas. He serves onto the forehand of Federer. Short ball. Tsitsipas goes to the cross-court forehand. Matched by Federer. Another short ball. Tsitsipas goes the other way. Comes in. Federer goes cross-court. Backhand volley from Tsitsipas. Misses. It missed the baseline. Federer made the shot anyway. He's thinking about challenging. His team goes, no. Do not burn a challenge on this. We're going to juice for the second time in this game.
This is a little reminiscent of that first game of the match. It was the longest game of the match.
By the way, the serve clock stopped working.
Good.
As the serve here. Out wide Tsitsipas. Big forehand now from Federer. Tsitsipas goes big. Too big again over the baseline. Another break point here for Federer. What is... Chris Bowers has wandered in with something resembling a drug test sample in his mug, which appears to have spilt everywhere all over the floor.
Should I help him out a little bit?
No.
A little help?
Yes, okay. Very nice. Serviettes going everywhere. The serve here out wide from Tsitsipas. Remember, we've still got another week in the booth. Keep it nice, please. Second serve. Tsitsipas onto the forehand of Federer. It's into the net. It's into the net, and we're at juice.
Another missed forehand from Federer, and he's got to be wondering, what the heck am I doing on these points? Missed opportunities again.
Actually, that reminds me. Oh, good. As the serve here from Tsitsipas, blocked back by Federer up the middle of the court. Tsitsipas goes to the cross-court forehand. Federer throws up the high lob. Tsitsipas all over it. Does he need to hit it? Yes. It sits up. He plays the overhead into the juice court. He gets it done. He gets game point.
Yeah, nicely done by Tsitsipas. Waited until Federer made the move to his backhand. Tsitsipas able to go the other way. Easy put away for him.
I've never seen someone handle a hot beverage like what's going on behind me at the moment. It's going everywhere. He's having trouble drinking. Get out of the way, Mark. You're going to be in trouble. The serve from Tsitsipas onto the forehand of Federer. Cross court too deep again from Tsitsipas. He misses. It's deuce again. The play is amazing out there. What's happening in the back of the commentary box is equally as intriguing.
Fortunately, we don't have to call what's happening in the back of the commentary box. We don't have to do a play-by-play of that.
As tempting as that might be. Mark, can you just get things sorted back there, please? As a serve into the net here from Tsitsipas. As Chris Bowers prepares for another sip of his beverage. Oh, he's got that one successful. The serve onto the backhand of Federer. Off-line into the net from Tsitsipas again. Another break point for Roger Federer. He's third in this game.
And you wonder, can Federer capitalize here? He's had some good looks on a couple of the break points.
Well, it all revolves around the first serve at the moment for Tsitsipas. Nail another one. He's in a good position. The serve from Tsitsipas. Out wide, blocked back by Federer. Short ball. Tsitsipas goes back that way. Federer goes up the line. Tsitsipas, a little cross-court forehand volley is excellent. Federer goes, move to it.
Yeah, he hesitated just a bit for some reason, and Tsitsipas didn't hesitate. Moving into the net. This takes a lot of guts, but it's the right play. And that's how your game grows. Making the right plays under pressure.
I think Federer is getting a little bit cranky. As the serve here from Tsitsipas. Oh, Federer can't do anything with the return. Advantage, Tsitsipas. By the way, 2-1 on serve. Final set, Cilic and Roberto Bautista Agut. Final set on MCA with no other match to follow. Take that as a win, folks. Midnight Madness might still be on. The serve into the net here from Tsitsipas. Second serve. Onto the off forehand of Federer. Tsitsipas goes with an off forehand. Federer's there with the cross-court backhand. Backhand to backhand in the ad court. Great angle from Tsitsipas. Matched by Federer and up the line. Tsitsipas. Yes! Clean winner. Finally, he gets there, saving all those break points. It's 3 games all in the second set.
Well, one thing you can say about Tsitsipas is that he has held his nerve under pressure. He's come up with some clutch points in his service games. And he's been up against the wall. Stays on serve here in the second set.
Big day tomorrow. Chris and Mark will go through the schedule at some stage in the next hour and a half. Tomorrow, sadly, it's Chander's last day. The serve onto the backhand from Tsitsipas. Cross-court forehand from Federer. Tsitsipas is there but puts it in the net. It's 15 love. I mean, feel free on the Ask the Booth or aoradio@tennis.com.au to send in that we want Chander to stay for the 2 weeks. We'll get that petition going.
You're going to formalize it?
We're going to blow up a computer. I think that's what's going to happen with the messages coming through. The serve out wide, blocked back by Tsitsipas. The forehand drive volley is good from Federer. It's 30 love.
Sometimes when you spend so much time having to hold serve, you don't have as much energy to bring to breaking serve. That may be what Federer is banking on here. It's making Tsitsipas work for it.
An hour and 25 minutes on court. The serve out wide from Federer is another ace. That is number 6 for the match. Keep himself in front. And I'm pleased I get to do the shift with you tomorrow night.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited too.
Another ace. 4-3 second set. Federer took the first 7 games to 6. That's it for us, Chander. I'm off to get the plate du jour. Lovely working with you as always. This is a cracking match.
It has been.
Tsitsipas to the forehand of Federer, backhand Tsitsipas with a lovely away swing. Short ball, Tsitsipas doesn't get that completely cleanly and Federer passes him. Hello Mark, how are you doing?
Oh, good evening Chris, I'm fantastic. I was lucky enough, I snuck outside into Garden Square to watch the tiebreaker on the big screen along with what seemed 20 million people outside, and the atmosphere watching that tiebreaker, that first set tiebreaker, it was spine tingling, and it was so up and down, and it's like this second set. It's almost like who wants it will take it.
Well, that tiebreak was 13-11 for Federer. They both had their chances. Second serve from Tsitsipas. Backhand return from Federer is sliced across court. Backhand Tsitsipas is a drop shot. Federer will get there. Goes up the line. He had time to shape up for that, Federer, and guide it with a very gentle topspin backhand.
And very quick moving forward. He chastised himself on the last service game of Tsitsipas with not running for a ball. That one, full throttle. And he's got an opportunity here.
Yeah, not a great drop shot, it has to be said. But
at love 30, Tsitsipas, the pressure back on the server. Vital stage.
3 seconds to go. He serves to the forehand of Federer. Pushed back by Federer. That's going long.
And interestingly, big moment. Love 30 on serve. Goes to the Federer forehand side. And that seems to be the side that is slowly breaking down or fracturing.
Well, Federer is pushing back these returns. And it's amazing how many... the idea is if you push them, you're playing for high percentage. So you get the ball in, even though there's nothing on it. This time he hits through that one a bit more. But Tsitsipas finishes the point with a very good forehand.
And Roger's going to challenge. I don't know why he's challenging. We're sitting on that line, and that was well inside the line. Sorry, Roger, I don't agree with you on that one. And that's the danger, as you were saying, with that return of serve. Just pushing it back and allowing Tsitsipas to step in and crunch a forehand winner.
2 challenges remain.
I think you should take a swing at a few more of these. Tsitsipas serves again to the forehand. This time Federer does swing at it. Forehand Tsitsipas down the backhand wing. Federer throws up a high lob. Tsitsipas will let that drop. It's just long.
What's really impressive to see is how quickly Tsitsipas goes from baseline to net and moving forward and attacking the short ball. It just doesn't allow the opponent time to recover. Super quick.
Hour and a half played. Tsitsipas with a point to level the second set of 4 games all. He serves out wide, just too wide. Was it too long? Hits away the loose ball. The ball kid scampers for it. Second serve from Tsitsipas is out wide to the backhand. Federer slices, but doesn't come in behind it. Now Federer an aggressive backhand to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Backhand Federer. Forehand Tsitsipas cross court to the forehand of Federer. Tsitsipas down the line. Federer will slice the backhand. Tsitsipas runs around his backhand. Hits a big forehand but leaves the forehand wing open. Federer goes back to the backhand though. Now up the line from Federer. Clean winner.
Just so casually hits that last backhand on the line for a stone cold winner. Oh, nerves of steel. And you just feel this match just building and building.
Well, I think Federer is on the verge of a breakthrough here.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make it, if Tsitsipas can hold serve, then the next Federer service game will be under a bit more pressure. Got to strike while you have the momentum. Tsitsipas not happy with his ball toss again. Second attempt at first serve down the middle. It'll be a second serve now.
An opportunity for Federer, second serve.
Will he chip and charge, do you think? That's fair, probably go out to the forehand. It does. Big forehand lofted by Federer, but long. You're right. He's going more and more for the forehand, and he's getting more joy out of it.
Yeah, and unusually for Federer, on that second serve return of serve, he was way behind the baseline, and with the sliding serve out wide, it just sucked him out further, didn't cut the angles off. Unable to control that return. Smart serving, though.
Tsitsipas serves down the middle again, but misses it. Where will this second serve go? His go-to serve in the ad courts tended to be wide. This one's to the body, sliced by Federer. Forehand Tsitsipas down the line, but misses.
Different return there from Federer when it's on that backhand wing. That heavy, short slice. Very difficult to control. Tsitsipas had the shot that he wanted up the line. Unfortunately unable to control. Pushed it wide. Back to Juice.
You're out in Garden Square. Did you hear that drumming? Backhand return from Federer. The backhand of Tsitsipas comes into the net. Federer tries to pass it, but nets.
No, I didn't. No.
There's some drumming on. Maybe it was on the other side. Maybe it was in the Grand Slam Oval where they have a stage. But there was this rhythmic drumming that was going on. I mean, I was thinking either someone's being sacrificed or it was the the 2-hour version of Ravel's Bolero. Tsitsipas. Again, point for 4-all. He serves down the middle. Forehand return from Federer onto the baseline of Tsitsipas. Federer runs around his backhand and goes down the forehand wing of Tsitsipas. Cross court by Tsitsipas is long.
No, I didn't hear that. I was out in the entertainment area listening to one of the acoustic singers out there who was strumming away on a guitar.
Oh, yeah?
That had the crowd just going. It was fantastic. Sun was out. People were sitting on the grass, a couple of drinks in their hands, singing along.
Oh, wonderful.
It was just a fantastic atmosphere. You wouldn't know you're at the tennis.
Well, no, it's more than just a tennis tournament, isn't it? I mean, they've been worked very hard on their sort of parallel programme of events. Tsitsipas serves down the middle, just missed the centre line. Now, there's so much going on here. Everything from a creche to concerts. Backhand from Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Goes cross court. Federer with a big backhand. Tsitsipas is there with the volley. Federer goes cross court. Tsitsipas cuts it off.
Well, really impressed with the way Tsitsipas covers the net. Beautiful balance as he comes forward. And just technically on the volleys, pretty much perfect.
This is a replay.
Very good hands at net. Done well, earns himself game point.
His games are long. His games are taking a while. He serves forehand return to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Forehand of Federer off the top of the net. Hits Tsitsipas's racket. Federer will kill this easily. He does. A little lucky, Federer.
Yeah.
Forehand hit the top of the net. Tsitsipas did well just to get that back.
Yeah, cruel blow for Tsitsipas. Did the right thing, came on in.
And then just stood there. I've seen Todd Martin in his playing days. When that ball is sitting up, he'll just crouch down but put his racket above the height of the net.
Right.
So in other words, he can't get hit, but the racket could just make contact. Tsitsipas serves too long.
You got nothing to lose in that situation. I guess you just try to do something to put the opponent off.
You have got one thing to lose, and that's if they hit the ball, which is going to go long, and it hits your racket, you've lost the point. Good serve into the body from Tsitsipas. Gets a short return. Goes to the backhand of Federer. Federer throws up the lob at full stretch. Tsitsipas smashes, and that's too good. Federer a little bit sort of...
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
Maybe that's just a sign of age. Lacking a step to get to that backhand. Still pretty elastic, though.
Well, when I get to his age, I'd like to move like that.
Yes, I was just about to say the same thing.
Right now, I sound like a wooden floorboard sometimes in the morning, all these creaks and groans.
Well, you and I are both the wrong side of 50, so... Or maybe it's the right side.
Yes, I'm definitely the right side.
Yeah.
The shallower side.
The side of wisdom. As Tsitsipas serves off the top of the net. He's having difficulty winning his service games here.
Me and Tiafo just celebrated our 21st birthday today.
Yeah, very good.
Almost twice over.
A slice back from Federer. Forehand from Tsitsipas. Federer making Tsitsipas play a low half volley, and Tsitsipas puts it wide. Good hands from Federer.
Well, these points that are won and lost are not by junky mishits and poor errors. It's by being forced into really tough situations and having to come up with quality shots. Fantastic little backhand dinky dipping ball from Federer.
Tsitsipas serves out wide. Forehand return from Federer up the line. Backhand Tsitsipas deep to the backhand of Federer. Backhand Tsitsipas off the frame and wide. And Federer has a break point.
That was a better forehand return from Federer. Took a bit of a swing at it. Nice controlled backswing, but accelerated through the hit zone. Prefer that than the old chip return.
We're into the 10th minute of this game. Over 9 minutes. Breakpoint Federer. This for the chance to serve out the set. He leads by a set and 4-3. Tsitsipas serves down the middle, pushed back by Federer. Forehand Tsitsipas. Federer will tee off on a backhand, but it's going long.
And smart serving. Tsitsipas went to the forehand, and Federer
once again chips.
Yeah, and does nothing. Just allows Tsitsipas to control the point, forcing Federer to try to come up with a passing shot. I'd like to see Federer just take a bit of a... It's not even a gamble. Just back yourself a little bit. Are we saying Federer, back yourself?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I know. I mean, this is...
What am I doing?
Federer chips that return of serve on just long. I mean, that was what I was thinking of. We're talking about Roger Federer, who is... We're suggesting he's got his tactics wrong.
Or he's feeling a little bit of the tension here.
He's feeling the tension, yeah. Tsitsipas serves.
Let's
top of the net, so we'll take it again. Tsitsipas in this sort of aquamarine green shirt. No collar. No other colours on it. White shorts, white socks, white shoes. It's a good outfit, actually. Pink bandana. Forehand from Federer. Forehand from Tsitsipas. Federer tees off on that forehand. Tsitsipas cross court. Federer will go up the line. That's a miship. Allows Tsitsipas to get into position. Now Federer with the backhand up the line. Forehand Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer. Tsitsipas down the backhand wing. Comes into the net. Federer tries to pass, but nets. They are well-timed approaches.
Yeah. And it's forcing Federer to come up with the goods. Saying, hey, Roger, come up. You've got to try to pass me. Not easy to do when you're under a lot of pressure. And Tsitsipas just sticking to his game plan. As soon as that ball's a little bit short, he's hitting it and he's charging in like a wild man. Like it. And that's a good sign. Tsitsipas, that pass kind of just not even halfway up the net. Someone of Roger's skill is missing that by a long way.
Federer serves down the middle. Backhand return is netted. That was a good serve from Federer.
And the good thing from Roger's side, so far he's been holding serve very comfortably. Tsitsipas is having to work really, really hard to hold, and Roger seems to be cruising.
You've heard me say this before, but I think Roger these days is a 2 to 2.5 hour player, and therefore it's vital for him, given how long these sets are going, that he wins it in straight sets. If Tsitsipas takes this set, he becomes the favourite to win the match. I don't know what that comment was. It's Federer at 30 love. He serves. So ace down the centre. Tsitsipas is challenging it.
Ball on the right centre service line. The ball's good in.
Federer, I think, is fairly confident about this.
Yeah, he's already on the ad side service, ready for his service.
Yeah, that was on the inside of the line, actually.
40 love.
Oh, Roger was very confident.
Tsitsipas wanders over. Federer ready to serve. He goes out wide to the backhand, just too long. Second serve from Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas, chipped by the Greek. That's drifting wide. Federer holds to love after that 12-minute game for Tsitsipas.
Yeah, and that's the tough part from Tsitsipas. He serves, his service game's going 12 minutes.
Well, certain times they have karaoke with actually the words on the big screens. It's Tsitsipas serving to stay in the set. 4-5 down the centre, chipped back by Federer. Forehand from Tsitsipas. Federer across court. Forehand Tsitsipas goes in behind it. Federer across court, but nets. These backhand passing shots from Federer are not working at the moment. Maybe it's because Tsitsipas is making himself big at the net.
Yeah, and he's just rushing him from a little bit of time. As soon as you start missing one, it seems like you can't hit 2 or 3 or 4, and then
Tsitsipas serves down the centre. Just too long. The thing is, Federer's getting a play on all these. He's getting into these rallies. Second serve, backhand return from Federer, backhand Tsitsipas is too long.
15 all.
You know, normally over the years, you'd say once Federer gets into a point, unless it was against Nadal on clay, you'd bank on him to win it. You might get aced. You might struggle to get serves back, but that's what he's not doing today. But maybe we should be giving more credit to Tsitsipas. He serves now, out wide, forehand return from Federer is deep, forehand from Tsitsipas is long, and Federer hit through that forehand. Exactly what you were saying, Mark.
Much preferred that he does that and just keeps backing himself. At least he'll take a little bit of the pressure off. And just force Tsitsipas to think about his serving, think about his direction.
15:30, Tsitsipas living dangerously here. Slice return from Federer. It's a short one. Tsitsipas goes to the backhand wing. Federer throws up a high lob. Was that going to land? It's just long.
Oh, gutsy lead from Tsitsipas. That lob from Federer didn't miss by much. He would have been in all sorts of trouble if that had have taken the back edge of the line.
Tsitsipas in front of our commentary position. He's got a pink bandana holding his sort of longish hair in place. Serves longer by male standards. Hanging loosely around his shoulders as he serves. Oh, it's that double? No, it's not. It's on the service line. Backhand Tsitsipas, backhand Federer. Tsitsipas with a backhand cross court, backhand Federer cross court. It's backhand to backhand at the moment. It's a short forehand from Tsitsipas, but Federer can't make anything of it. Now Federer goes cross court on the forehand, down the line. Tsitsipas, Federer full stretch, gets it back. Tsitsipas runs around his backhand. Federer lofts a forehand. Forehand Tsitsipas, forehand to the Federer. Good angle from Tsitsipas, but Federer is there. Answers in kind. Down the line, Tsitsipas. Federer slices. A slice from Tsitsipas. It's going long. What a rally!
Man, I'm just switching around in my chair watching these two guys run from side to side, ripping forehands and backhands. Tsitsipas finally got the ball that he wanted, short, but he just overcooked it. He overcooked the slice.
Ripping was the right word. 20 absolutely superb shots. About 21 really, because the last one, although it went long, was a legitimate shot in the rally. This is set point for Federer for a 2-sets-to-love lead. Tsitsipas.
Oh, he's gone shaky on the ball toss.
That's happened a lot of late. Federer, Tsitsipas serves. That's too good. Great first serve. Worth retaking the ball toss.
Wow, I tip my hat, Tsitsipas. That's fantastic serving. Set point down. He's gone to the Federer forehand. Federer almost anticipating it, moved a little bit to the right side.
Federer's missed 5 break points in this second set. He had to break in the match. Forehand return from Federer down the line. Back from Tsitsipas, just over the line. Federer into the backhand corner now, draws the error. Really good return of serve from Federer off an excellent serve from Tsitsipas.
And that come on after he won that point, Federer. He meant that. He knew the importance of that point. He gives himself another set point for a 2-sets-to-love lead. Tsitsipas previously has gone backhand corner.
This is Federer's 8th break point of the match. He hasn't converted any of the other 7. Tsitsipas goes on the forehand wing. Federer skews his forehand into the sidelines.
Wow.
Is that wide of the sidelines?
Where we hate to make a point of it, but again, that forehand return hit all parts of the frame. It's amazing how one shot can just get magnified under pressure.
Tsitsipas serves to the backhand, sliced by Federer. Tsitsipas goes up the forehand wing. Federer back to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Heavily topspun from Tsitsipas, flattened by Federer. Forehand from Tsitsipas, forehand by Federer. Tsitsipas driven wide and goes long. He was going for a big forehand up the line. Oh, this is just great tennis.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the right option there for Tsitsipas. Sliding into that forehand. It had to be absolutely perfect to be effective. Breakpoint number 3.
Set point number 3.
Third time lucky for Federer, maybe.
Tsitsipas serves into the net. Oh, Federer has a second serve now.
Oh.
He's going to go wide to the backhand, surely.
Will he go the sabre?
Second serve, I doubt it, to the forehand. Forehand from Federer to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Deep to the forehand of Federer. Backhand Tsitsipas just clears the net. Backhand Federer lofted deep to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Great length from both men. Federer goes long.
Love it. And what's really impressive, Tsitsipas's body language and his facial expressions just hasn't changed. He is just got the stone cold, determined look in his face. Every single point. Great composure.
Tsitsipas serves, looking for the serve out wide. Missed that one. It looks a slightly sort of ragdoll type serve. Second serve does go to the forehand, hit by Federer. Strong, sweetly, clean winner, cross court. It's all very well going to the forehand, but the danger is Federer plays himself in.
Yeah, not enough on that second serve. Federer just had to take half a step to the side to hit that forehand, creating angle, going out wide.
How many more of these can Tsitsipas save? How many more can Federer afford to squander? Tsitsipas serves out wide into the sidelines. He was going in behind that serve. Yeah. He had to stop on the service line. That crash you heard was the ball landing the back of the match clock. Second serve. This is fourth set point for Federer. Slices the backhand return. Forehand from Tsitsipas into out. Federer slices this one, but Tsitsipas is at the net. Puts it away.
I love how this guy just keeps coming forward no matter what. Fantastic work. Federer somehow has got to try to get into the net. He's not winning these break points from the back of the court.
Yeah, but he can't get into the net.
Yeah, well, second serve, maybe that's the option to go. Chip charge, hit and just get in, even if potentially it's a little bit of a bluff.
Deuce. Tsitsipas serves. Down the middle, backhand return from Federer's going wide. If Tsitsipas holds here, that's a massive hold.
Big response, 206 kilometres per hour on that serve down the tee.
Margaret Court Arena, 2 sets all, 4 games all, deuce. Cilic against Bautista Agut. Tsitsipas serves down the middle, wrong side.
I'd like to see that this is the point. Roger's looking for a forehand.
Second serve goes to the backhand. Federer tees off on that one. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer down the line, long. Tsitsipas holds, 4 set points saved.
Is that a moment that Federer has let slip? 4 break points and 4 set points, more importantly. Wow, great confidence from Tsitsipas.
He had 4 break points in the previous game, didn't he? 10 break points in the match, 8 in this set, 4 of them set points. No breaks of serve yet in the entire match. Federer serves out wide. 5 all, second set. I feel this is a must-win set for Federer. He serves to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer's at the net, plays a low volley, drop volley. Tsitsipas gets it, Federer puts the volley away.
Wow, you are not allowed to play that kind of volley at this stage of a match.
That just improvised off his body, wasn't it? He sort of came across the ball, played it off his
Tsitsipas has ripped his shoelace apart on the top of his shoe, and his shoe has come undone, so he has to try to make a running repair on his shoelace.
James Kiyothavong has called Roger to his chair because this is going to take a few minutes.
Yeah, he's just going to pull out another shoe.
He's going to have to pull out both, isn't he? He can't put one on. Have an old shoe on one foot and a new one on the other.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, shoelaces are broken.
It's an unusual call.
Time to change a shoe.
Well, good for James Kiyothavong. The crowd, 15,000 people thinking, what on earth's happened? Are we waiting for a trainer? No.
We've had a shoelace blowout. And that's due to the sliding that Tsitsipas does. I think it was on the last point, he slid forward and his right foot.
Well, I've never seen this. I mean, it's not often that you see someone change their shoelaces.
Yeah.
But he's changed his shoe. He's put a new left shoe on and he's playing with the right shoe that he's played the whole of the match with. I'd feel unbalanced if that was me. That's why I've never been a top-level player. Forehand return from Tsitsipas. Forehand from Federer is just catching the baseline. Clean one up.
Just goes to show tennis players at this level got to be prepared with everything out on court.
Yeah, but he could have taken time to change the other shoe, couldn't he? Federer serves. Forehand return is a clean... No, it's not a clean winner. Federer gets there. Backhand Tsitsipas. Federer pushes a forehand. Federer goes... Oh, Tsitsipas goes back to Federer. Federer nets.
13-15.
Oh, this guy, Tsitsipas, is lightning moving forward at the net. Very dynamic, very explosive.
Federer serving down the middle. Forehand return is deep. Forehand from Federer into out. Catches the sideline. Chipped back by Tsitsipas. Drop shot by Federer. Tsitsipas will get to that one. Goes down the line. Federer lets it drop and is right to do so.
It's been very successful with that drop shot from that backhand corner. Takes it with his forehand, drops it into the ad service box.
So if you were Ivan Lubicic, what would you be saying to Federer now if you had a chance to coach him? I'll ask you after this point. It's 40-15. Federer serves, looking for the ace out wide, just missed. Second serve from Federer. He's at the Yarra end, serves towards us. Backhand return from Tsitsipas, pushing Federer back. Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Forehand from Federer, forehand from Tsitsipas. Backhand Federer is like a lob, smacked away by Tsitsipas. And whenever Tsitsipas comes forward, Federer is chasing shadows.
Yeah, and it's Tsitsipas's points won at net. He's got to have a very positive win-loss ratio. He's been very selective with coming in, and he's been very, very successful.
29 out of 41. So 41 times he's come from that. 21 out of 31 this set. Forehand from Federer down the line. Cross-court Tsitsipas is netted. That was a softer shot. And Federer holds to 30, and he leads 6-5. Second set.
Yeah, I would...
Various players, if you don't take your opportunities, so much of tennis is about capitalising on the momentum when you have it. Tsitsipas 5-6, serving to stay in the second set. He's missed his first serve. Second serve. Now will Federer come in on this one? No, he doesn't. He just slices this one to the backhand of Tsitsipas, who goes down the line with a clean winner.
Yeah, so that return does nothing. It just allows Tsitsipas to control the point and hit that clean winner.
But Roger must be aware of that. He's one of the smartest guys around.
Yeah.
Maybe you get caught in your own sort of one-dimensional rut. Tsitsipas serves, back and return goes long. And Tsitsipas moves to 30 love. Well, we've yet to have a break of serve in this match. We've nearly gone 2 hours. And the first set tie-break was 13-11. Tsitsipas serves off the top of the net and long. Second serve goes to the backhand of Federer. Federer tees off on that one. It's a topspin backhand, but it's long.
Yeah, so the first return on the backhand side, he tried to chip it. That one he tried to drive it and topspin it. Missed both. Quick, this is the fastest service game for Tsitsipas for a long, long time.
We're going to go very quickly to the Margaret Court Arena because it's match point to Bautista Agut. Louis Bulsomi.
Thanks, Chris. Well, it's quite the spectacle out there in Rod Laver Arena, but it has been quite the war of attrition on Margaret Court Arena as Roberto Bautista Agut looks to finally put the finishing touches on Marin Cilic. He serves one, and then Cilic nets that one, and Roberto Bautista Agut shouts to the skies in sheer relief and jubilation. A 5-set slugfest, 7-6. So 6-7, 3-6, sorry, I got it again. 6-7, 7, 6-3, 6-3. Oh, so much excitement over there. I'm losing my words here, guys. Amazing result. 6-7, 6-3, 6-2, 4-6, and 6-4. What a war these two have had. I'm exhausted. Back to you.
I'm not sure if that was a score or his phone number. What was he trying to say? What was he trying to give out? Fantastic. Wow, great atmosphere.
So it's Federer or Tsitsipas against Roberto Bautista Agut in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. We're into a tie break, and Tsitsipas has the mini break on the opening point. Tsitsipas serves now. Out wide, an ace. Is this the turning of the tide?
Yeah, do those 10 break points now really haunt Roger Federer. It's a long way to go, but two loves, a nice position to be in. Serve to come.
Tsitsipas serves down the middle. Is that another ace?
Mr. Federer is challenging.
Federer is challenging it. I think this is close. It might have caught something of the line.
Yeah, I think that was pretty well flush on the line.
Didn't look flush to me, but I suspect it caught enough. Oh no, maybe it... Oh, it did. It caught the tiniest amount of the line.
3-0. Tsitsipas.
At 213 kilometres per hour. That's some serve.
Mr. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
I don't know what the booing's for.
Thank you.
Federer at love 3 in the tiebreak. Serves, backhand return. No, the serve was too long.
I think on the modern that was our Prime Minister.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
His facial expressions on that one, I think.
Backhand return from Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas goes into out, but he's missed the forehand.
It's a little bit bad that I'm unsure if that was our Prime Minister.
Well, people love booing politicians.
Yes.
And actually, they don't understand what an incredibly difficult job they have. Federer at 1-3. Serves out wide. Too long.
This is where I feel Tsitsipas will get himself in.
Second serve from Federer down the centre. Backhand from Tsitsipas. It's a heavily kicking serve. Federer goes with the forehand wing. Tsitsipas is there. Federer goes cross court. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer runs around his backhand. Gets a good angle on that, but Tsitsipas is there. Federer up the line with his backhand. Forehand Tsitsipas into the corner of Federer. Now Tsitsipas with the backhand. Doesn't get hold of this one. Federer runs around his backhand. Tsitsipas cross court forehand. Up the line from Federer. A drop shot from Tsitsipas. Federer will get there. He goes up the line. Onto the base. Oh, it's called long. Oh, no. The poor old line judge called it long and then corrected. And that has to be replayed. Federer is looking at the line umpire.
Oh.
Federer was unlucky there, but it happens.
3-1. Tsitsipas.
Oh, that is brutal.
Federer played a very well-controlled shot, landed on the baseline. The line umpire called it wide and then shouted correction. Straightforward human error. It happens.
Yeah.
And credits to the television feed, which has not put the camera on that line umpire. He must be feeling like the earth to swallow him up. But the match goes on. Federer into out. A lob from Tsitsipas. Federer will let it drop, and it's wide. Federer holds his 2 service points.
Tsitsipas.
Well, maybe a little bit of karma right there. Federer winning that point. Wow, these next 2 serves from Tsitsipas will dictate the set.
Well,
Roger's yet to really get into the net, apart from that easy overhead, but...
Tsitsipas serves. Backhand return from Federer is chipped onto the sideline. Backhand Tsitsipas. Federer up the line is a winner!
Oh.
I wasn't sure about that return of serve. I thought it might have been wide, but Tsitsipas quite rightly chose to carry on, and he's got this wry smile on his face now, and he's pointing to that mark. Oh, I'd love to see that again, that return of serve. I think Federer's a shade lucky that there was no call. So there you go, it's worked both ways.
Yeah. Wow, and even just, how did Roger control that backhand up the line?
Watch this return of serve.
Yeah, no, I think it was
wide.
Good. You think it was wide? Oh, I thought it was okay.
Okay. There you go, 2 different pairs of eyes.
Right. Both sleep deprived.
Yeah, that's true.
Both living on caffeine.
Yes.
And we're both wearing glasses as well.
Yes, to what end? Tsitsipas serves 3-all in the tiebreak. He's put his serve into the net. Last 3 points to Federer. Second serve from Tsitsipas. Out wide to the forehand. Federer cross court. Forehand Tsitsipas up the middle. Forehand Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer again to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer with his forehand down the middle. That's a slightly softer one. Tsitsipas gets a better angle. Federer nets.
Well, it seems Tsitsipas has got Federer's measure on the baseline to baseline rallies. There was a little moment early in that rally, Roger kind of hesitated, wanting to come forward, realised that his shot wasn't as effective, stayed back, and he's not winning enough of these baseline rallies.
They say that all champions are stubborn. And I wonder if Roger just thinks he can win this from the baseline. He's a set up, and he's only 3-4 down. It's still on serve in the tie-break. Federer's missed his first serve. Second serve is kicked out wide to the backhand. Tsitsipas goes deep to the forehand of Federer. Federer lofts that deep to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Backhand Federer across court. Backhand Tsitsipas. Federer runs around his backhand, goes to the forehand wing. Now Federer has to play another forehand. A slice backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer runs around his backhand, goes into the corner. Pushed back by Tsitsipas. Forehand by Federer across court. Tsitsipas will come in with a big forehand winner. And again, Federer had the chance to come in, but he didn't take it.
And as soon as that ball landed a little short, Tsitsipas all over it, hitting an unbelievable forehand approach again up the line.
But what was interesting there, Mark, was that when Tsitsipas played a softer ball, Federer chose to use the time he had to run round his backhand rather than come into the net.
Yeah.
A slice across court to the Tsitsipas backhand. Anyway, it's 3-5. Federer, a mini breakdown. He needs this point. He serves out wide. Forehand return. Forehand from Federer. Now he comes into the net. Backhand Tsitsipas. Federer cuts it off. And that's drifting long. So having said Federer needs to come into the net, he does finally, and he hits the volley long. But it was a great backhand from Tsitsipas.
And Tsitsipas doing the right thing, forcing Federer to come up with a quality volley. Wow. Saving all those break points, and now Tsitsipas 3 set points. 2 of them on serve.
Tsitsipas serving off the top of the net and wide. Yep. He saved 4 set points, has Tsitsipas. This is his first. The second serve goes into the body of Federer. Backhand return. Forehand from Tsitsipas. Into the corner. Winner! That is a great set for Tsitsipas. Great attitude. Really good resilience. And how much damage are those 4 set points that Federer missed at 5-4 going to prove to have done come the end of this match? We played over 2 hours. That set took 66 minutes. We're 1 set all, and you have to say Tsitsipas is the favourite from here on.
It's top formatted. Break
position.
Well, Tsitsipas is ready now. Interesting that instead of when his shoelace broke, he didn't get a new shoelace out, he got a new shoe out, which was ready laced. Serves to the forehand of Federer, backhand from Tsitsipas down the middle, forehand Federer, up the forehand wing of Tsitsipas, netted.
And I feel this little period of the match right here is one of the most important ones, where all that intensity and the intensity's gone out of it a little bit. Usually it's a little bit flat, and I think this is the opportunity Roger has to really attack.
Tsitsipas serves, forehand return from Federer, backhand Tsitsipas down the line, forehand Federer, too long, left by Tsitsipas, who was coming into the net.
I feel like if you can get an early break here, then that really does set you up for the set.
Over in the corner, just behind the photographers, Mats Wilander, the champion here. First time Rod Laver Arena staged this. It was just centre court at Flinders Park in those days. Tsitsipas goes down the line and misses.
And played Pat Cash
in the final.
5-set battle.
8-6. Wilander won that one in the 5th set. Do you remember what happened on the last point?
All I remember the Swedish fans.
Yeah.
All the backpackers, and I remember his famous salute. Yes. I don't remember the last point, though.
He served and volleyed. I was talking to him the other day because I saw a replay of that. Sliced by Federer, forehand from Tsitsipas, wrong foot's Federer. Comes back to 30-all. And I said, you served and volleyed? He said, I often served and volleyed on match point in a big match. I didn't against Vilas, but, because I trusted myself more to play from the back of the court. But on everyone else, I just wanted to play one shot fewer, so I served and volleyed.
Wow.
And he's known as a base court player. Tsitsipas goes down the backhand wing of Federer. Federer chips that wide.
And already in this game, opening game of the 3rd set, Tsitsipas 3 movements at the net and towards the net. Successful on all 3. Sticking to his guns of all-out attack.
Tsitsipas serves off the top of the net and long. And just inside Federer's baseline. It's interesting, isn't it? Is that seagulls or something? Forehand from Federer, the back forehand wing of Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer, backhand from Tsitsipas is sliced. Federer waits for this, goes up the line. Forehand from Tsitsipas, cross court. Federer makes good ground, but puts it into the net. And Tsitsipas holds to 30.
And Tsitsipas is doing a really good job of keeping Federer behind the baseline. He's hitting with a little bit more shape from the back of the court. Ball's landing in that back third of the court, and that's kind of stopping Roger being able to get in on anything that's short.
One of the things that Federer does so effectively is make opponents play shots that they don't particularly want to. His slice, the drop shot that he puts in when they're least expecting it, when he rushes into the net. And in many ways, Tsitsipas is doing to Federer what Federer does to so many other players. Federer hasn't worked out yet how he deals with this on-rushing, tall guy who can clearly volley.
Yeah, and Tsitsipas is forcing Federer to just keep on hitting passing shot after passing shot.
Federer, love one down, back in return from Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer across court, forehand Tsitsipas. Federer up the middle of the court, deep to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Sliced by Federer. Sliced by Tsitsipas, thinks of coming to the net, stays back. Federer down the forehand wing, pushed back by Tsitsipas. Federer tees off on this one, and he comes onto the net and will play a high backhand volley, which wins the point. Aha!
All right, finally, Roger at net was able to construct the point, getting Tsitsipas off balance and having to stretch with the slice backhand, floats it up high and gives Federer the easy volley.
Federer, the 15 love, serves down the middle. Federer's got to impose that dominant serving game that he had in the second set. He serves, forehand of Tsitsipas, forehand Federer, down the forehand wing of Tsitsipas. Backhand from Federer across court, backhand Tsitsipas into the net. But Federer was at the net.
Yeah, very good move, Roger. Hope this glass isn't soundproof in this booth. He's hurt us. Yeah. Finally, that's 2 points in a row. He took that backhand early and was on his way into the net and didn't. And the good thing is, he didn't need to volley. Forced Tsitsipas into an error.
But it's making Tsitsipas think now.
Yeah, and change his style and change his shot.
Federer at 30 love. Tsitsipas returned the long serve. Federer just chipped in the ball into the hands of the ball kid, who caught it cleanly, hence the applause. Forehand from Federer to the forehand of Tsitsipas. It's long from the Greek.
40 love.
Federer at 40 love. 1 set all. this for one game all in the third. He serves down the middle, wrong side of the centre line. Second serve from Federer. The defending champion is out to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer's at the net, plays a half volley into the net. Tsitsipas adjusted then. Played a short return, which landed at the feet of Federer.
And I think that's a good play from Federer. Second serve volley. Hasn't done that for a long time. So
it took him to lose that second set for him to actually think about the volleying strategy. He has changed his strategy. 40-15, Federer missed his first serve. Second serve goes out wide. Forehand from Tsitsipas. Long, and Federer holds.
And I guess the thing that's in Federer's favour here, he still looks quite composed. Sometimes when he loses a set, he can get a little bit agitated and a little bit annoyed with himself. But he's looking pretty well in control there, emotionally.
Yeah, he will have.
From the outside.
He's played many matches where his opponent has played a storming second set and then has a lull at the start of the third. And Tsitsipas serves out wide. Forehand from Federer down the line, but long. Tsitsipas appears not to have dropped his level. Hasn't quite got the intensity, but he doesn't need it at the beginning of the set.
Yeah.
Just needs to hold those service games. And he's serving first, so if they have another of these serve-dominated sets, Tsitsipas
is challenging the ball right centre service line.
Federer, I think, thinks that's okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was wide.
I think Roger was on the way to walking across to the other side.
The official review shows that that ball was... Yeah, my eyes are right on that one. Oh well, first time for everything.
No one's ever doubted you.
Second serve from Tsitsipas to the forehand of Federer. Let's put it into the net. A bit careless from Federer, having just
Mr. Tsitsipas has two challenges.
been let off in his own mind. He gets a second serve. At least he was being aggressive about it.
Yeah, he went after it at least. Tactically the right thing to do. Just took the top of the tape.
Tsitsipas again unhappy with the ball toss. Second serve. Tsitsipas serves into the net. Yet to have a break of serve in this match. Tsitsipas serves. Forehand return from Federer. Forehand Tsitsipas. Federer full stretch to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Good length from Federer. Goes backhand now to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas goes long on a half volley on his baseline.
30.
And a really good backhand from Roger Federer there on the move. Struck it with good height over the net. Great spin. And forced Tsitsipas into a half volley. That'll stop your opponent getting into the net, that's for sure.
Tsitsipas serving out wide. Backhand from Federer down the line, but long. The weight of the serve, just too much for Federer. Trying to do some maths here to see how many points Federer has won on his serve, because Tsitsipas hasn't had any break points and Federer's had 10. Backhand return from Federer. Forehand Tsitsipas. Federer goes to the cross-court backhand. Tsitsipas is at the net. Down the line Federer. Cut off by Tsitsipas. Really good control of the net from Tsitsipas. And he holds to lead 2-1 third set.
He's doing a really good job at the net, Tsitsipas. Once again,
Lost the second set, I think 7-5, and
Thank you.
Ooh, deja vu.
was beaten from then on. It's possible the same will happen now.
If anyone knows, you're the man to know.
Well, Federer serves down the middle, chipped by Tsitsipas. Onto the baseline of Federer, goes wide to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Backhand from Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer with the backhand to the... it's backhand to backhand at the moment. One-hander to one-hander. Beautiful, elegant stroke making. It's like a drill. Now Federer slices. That drops onto the sideline of Tsitsipas. That goes onto the sideline of Federer. Forehand from Tsitsipas. Goes back to the Federer backhand. Federer can't get to that one.
Wow, Tsitsipas is out Federering Roger Federer at the moment. Great skill with the backhand, and that forehand, that run-around forehand, he took some pace off and created some angle.
Federer at love 15, serves an ace down the middle.
15 all.
And that's how you respond. You don't become almost the greatest of all time. Not respond like that. 9 aces apiece.
Almost the greatest of all time?
It's one of those debatable ones.
Discuss. Yes. Oh. What's this band playing? As Federer serves, backhand return. It was a short serve from Federer, but he comes in behind the return now. Lovely forehand volley from Federer.
Yeah, great approach shot from Roger Federer. You know you've done a good thing with your approach shot when you get an easy first volley.
I think Tsitsipas wasn't aware of Federer coming in because he sliced, you know, the kind of slice shot that you'd hit if you know your opponent's on the baseline. Federer serves, backhand return, forehand Federer into the corner, but he's put it wide. 30 all.
First time Roger's been in this situation for a while on serve, 30 all.
Federer from in front of our commentary position. Where will he go with this serve? It's down the centre, backhand return at full stretch, won't get back.
Well done.
Great serve.
Yeah, and he knows the importance of that serve, Federer. Gave himself a little saying good job. Gives himself game point to bring it to 2-2.
40-30. Federer serves down the centre, forehand return. Backhand from Federer, cross court to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer goes back to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas with good connections on this one. Now forehand from Tsitsipas to the forehand of Federer. Federer nets.
And that error was forced by Tsitsipas's forehand. Hit it with great shape and depth, forcing Federer into almost a half volley. Roger didn't want to give up the baseline space.
But most players do play on the baseline these days, don't they? So they're forever playing half volleys off decent length shots. Good serve out wide from Federer. Plays a drive volley behind it. That'll win the point. It was a late decision to come into the net. We saw how good the serve was.
Not an easy thing to do, that moving forward drive volley.
What the Americans call the swing volley. Saw that bang on the line.
When is a computer ever wrong?
When I program it.
That's it.
Tsitsipas, 2-all, third set, 1 set all. Yet to have our first break of serve. Sliced by Federer, deep to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer runs around his backhand, goes up the forehand wing. Tsitsipas cross court. Federer with the forehand up the line. Now he goes in behind it. Plays a low volley into the net. That was clever from Tsitsipas. He did know Federer was coming in. And he sliced the ball a full stretch and made Federer play a low volley.
Yeah, not an easy volley to make, and smart work from Tsitsipas. Very good awareness. Didn't hit that slice hard, took pace off it. And the ball reacting off Federer's racket into the net.
15 love. Tsitsipas serves back out wide. Federer off the top of the net, drops over. He puts his hand up to apologise, but I suspect he'll feel there's a bit of poetic justice in that, because he's missed an awful lot of shots which have cannoned off the net. Well, that one hit the net and just rolled over.
Oh, that's annoying. Especially after a great first serve. Your opponent just jabbing a racket at the ball and making contact.
Tsitsipas serves. Forehand return from Federer. Forehand Tsitsipas. Federer with the forehand up the backhand wing. Tsitsipas cross court. Winner. That's a lovely shot. Virtually no backswing. All timing.
He's hitting that shot so well, Tsitsipas. Running around the backhand, hitting that off forehand. Just pinpoint accuracy.
Tsitsipas, 30-15. Serves down the centre, wrong side of the centre line. He's right not to challenge that one, because I think that was definitely the wrong side. Chipped as a kicked second serve, chipped back by Federer. Now Federer with an aggressive backhand, and drop shot by Tsitsipas. Federer's there, goes up the line, but misses it. Tsitsipas had read that one well. I think he knew where Federer was going, and he left that.
And I like the fact that after that drop shot, Tsitsipas followed into the net as well. If he stays back, that allows Federer a lot of court to aim for. By Tsitsipas coming forward, it just reduces the size of the court and forced Federer into the only shot really up the line and sprayed it wide.
40-15, Tsitsipas serves down the middle. Is that an ace? I think Federer might challenge that one. No, he's not.
Had a good look at it, Roger.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, I thought that was right on the line.
Okay. So, Tsitsipas leading 3-2, third set.
I don't want to be held responsible for your poor exam result, but I can understand how you much prefer to be listening to the tennis than studying.
Federer with the forehand. First point of the sixth game. Backhand from Federer. Backhand Tsitsipas. Deep to the Federer backhand. Federer down the line, but long.
Love team.
Well, Federer just look a little bit more fragile on his serve. While he's still serving. He's ahead, he's fine. But some good serve into the body, and the return of serve was scuffed. I've been impressed, though, just how Tsitsipas's backhand has held up. Federer's been peppering it a lot, and I think that's because he feels it's the weaker wing. It can do less damage. Good serve from Federer. Comes in, plays a drive volley behind it, but he put it wide. He had a whole, well, half of the court to aim at. 15-30.
The crowd are sensing potential break opportunity here.
Federer serving out wide, chipped back from Tsitsipas. Federer about to hit the drive volley, but realises he can let that go and it drifts long. I'm not entirely convinced we'll have a tie-break, you know. I think Federer's serve looks a bit vulnerable, and again, if Tsitsipas doesn't take advantage of it, then Federer could strike. Federer serves out wide, forehand return. Federer waits for it, goes down the line. Tsitsipas slices this. Federer puts away the backhand volley.
It just looks so much more purposeful when he gets that short ball and gets in onto the net.
And also, I don't want to be, I don't want to read into too much, but at 37 and a half years old, Federer should be looking to come in more, because there's a limit to how long he can, play long matches. Federer serves just too long.
I think this younger generation are probably a little bit more consistent from the back of the court than Federer is at the moment.
Federer serves out wide to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Backhand Federer down the line. Tsitsipas with a forehand. Federer's at the net, plays a drop volley, wins the game, and he's coming forward a lot more. Also, it's due to get hotter this week. It's due to peak on Thursday, where we could get up 38-39, and that's the day that, if it all goes to the seedings, Federer would play Nadal. So not only does Federer need to win this match, but I think he needs to win this in 4, and then hope to maybe cash in on Bautista Agut. He's had 3 5-setters in his 4 matches. Actually, did Bautista go to 5 against Millman?
Yes, 2 sets of love up he was.
Yes, okay. So he's had 3 5-setters, so he'll be feeling it in his legs a little bit. Forehand from Federer to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Up the line by Tsitsipas. Federer with the backhand cross court. This is great hitting. Slice from Tsitsipas. He changed his mind at the last minute. Was thinking of the drop shot. Now he hits an aggressive backhand to the Federer forehand. Pushed back by Tsitsipas. Federer plays a drop shot. Tsitsipas will get there. Federer smashes this one away. Great point. Mark Hulawati next to me is applauding.
I am. I'm applauding. I'm clapping. The one backhand that Federer hit, he changed the trajectory of his shot. He hit it high and loopy and very aggressive and very deep. Tsitsipas wasn't able to control it. That allowed Federer to run around and hit a forehand and take control of the point. Just that one shot just changed the composition of the point, changed the tempo, gave him the opportunity to attack.
That point makes me smile, because it makes me realise that the future of tennis, at least for the next 5, 7, 8 years, is in good hands, as Federer gets a return and Tsitsipas comes into the net and smashes away Federer's attempted lob. Because Tsitsipas there, he shaped up for the drop shot and at the last minute chose not to and pushed his slice to the last 10 centimetres of Federer's court. And for me, that kind of variety, I feared we wouldn't have that. So to have the next generation with players like Tsitsipas and Shapovalov and others who have some creativity is really encouraging. Federer gets a very short return. Tsitsipas at the net. Federer drives the backhand into the body of Tsitsipas, and Tsitsipas nets. The return was lucky from Federer. It only just cleared the net. It wasn't deliberate drop shot.
And Federer caught in no man's land, a metre inside the baseline, took that on the full, took her out of the air. That kind of surprised Tsitsipas a little bit, unable to hit that backhand volley over.
Drove it at Tsitsipas.
A little bit of tension creeping into this set. 3-all, 15-30.
Tsitsipas serves. Just long. He's going into the body. Now, where will the second serve go? It goes again into the body, taken by Federer on the slice back, and it's a short one. Tsitsipas comes across court. Federer will go down the line and gets it!
And if Federer wants to chip his backhand, that's exactly the chip I'd love him to do. That short one into the service box, cross court from that ad court. Very difficult for your opponent. And Tsitsipas had to stretch. Couldn't really do a lot with that approach shot. And here we go, another 2 break points from Roger Federer.
Thank you.
Tsitsipas yet to have a break point in the match. Federer yet to convert one. This is his 11th. Tsitsipas serves wide. Federer with a second serve on break point. Tsitsipas goes into the body, taken on the aggressive backhand by Federer. Backhand Tsitsipas cross court. Federer with a slice backhand. Tsitsipas waits for this, goes up the forehand wing of Federer. Federer chops his forehand, lands inside the Tsitsipas baseline, chopped again by Federer, very deep. Tsitsipas cross court. Federer will tee off on this, but puts it wide.
Oh, Roger, that was set up for a down the line forehand. Wow, he did everything right, Tsitsipas. Federer hacking a couple of slice forehands and then got the forehand he wanted. Framed that one wide.
Oh, he's going cross court. Still break point. Tsitsipas serves too long. He's giving Federer a chance here. This is his 12th break point, Federer, and he's got a second serve. Tsitsipas serves, sliced by Federer, short one, brings Tsitsipas in, up the line by Tsitsipas, lob by Federer, but that's not going to land in. Tsitsipas looks up at his box, clenches his fist. His nerve under pressure has been rock solid.
Well, if I want someone to play a match for my house, Tsitsipas is the one right now. If my house is on the line, he is just the Iceman.
Deuce, 3-all, third set, 1-set-all. Tsitsipas serves out wide, forehand return, backhand Tsitsipas. Didn't get hold of that. Federer with the backhand. Now Federer driven wide to his backhand, but pushes Tsitsipas back. Forehand drop shot by Federer. Tsitsipas will get there. Goes up the line, winner.
Wow, I am not sure of the shot selection from Roger Federer right now. Just strangely, another kind of lobby drop shot, not good enough. He had an opportunity to hit that forehand, but he chose to try to bring Tsitsipas in.
Well, he was a long way back with Tsitsipas, was Federer, and the drop shot was not particularly short. It was up to the service line. Tsitsipas serves. He's lost his first serve at the moment.
Yeah, maybe those 120 extra serves are coming to the play.
Second serve from Tsitsipas. Backhand return from Federer. Backhand Tsitsipas. Forehand from Federer across court. Tsitsipas is there up the line. Backhand from Federer up the middle. Forehand Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer. Tsitsipas at full stretch goes up the line. Federer with the defensive backhand. Tsitsipas is there. Jump backhand. Federer down the line. Has made it.
Oh! Wowzers.
Well, I'm used to seeing a jump backhand for the two-handers. Hardly ever with a one-hander. But that's what Tsitsipas played, and Federer at full stretch, lunging for that, guiding it down the backhand wing, the forehand wing of Tsitsipas. Landed on the baseline.
Tsitsipas could not do anything but just watch that ball float and hope it went out.
What a game, the seventh game of the third set. Tsitsipas serves down the middle, sliced by Federer, that's drifting wide.
Wow, and so good to get a free point for Tsitsipas right there. Wow, he's looking a little bit gassed. Tsitsipas is taking a couple of big, deep breaths.
Advantage Tsitsipas, second point for 4-3. He serves, forehand return from Federer, forehand Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer across court, onto the sideline, Tsitsipas goes wide.
Wow, Tsitsipas is really pulling the trigger when he gets dragged out wide to that forehand side by Federer's cross-court forehand.
Do you think he's starting to feel it?
Potentially. Like, that's almost a shot where it's, I know I'm running out of steam a little bit and I've just got to hit something really, really big instead of playing a percentage option and working your way back into the court.
Tsitsipas serves out wide, forehand from Federer, forehand Tsitsipas, wrong foot Federer. Great crisp return from Federer, and Tsitsipas just stepped in and whacked that cross court. Federer was expecting it down the backhand wing.
Wow, he's just standing and delivering, Tsitsipas. Game point, we're in 7 minutes for this game.
Tsitsipas serves out wide, but misses his first serve again. Mind you, his second serve is as effective as his first, really, at the moment. Second serve from Tsitsipas, floated. Big forehand from Federer into the net. Federer irritated with himself. But Tsitsipas saving those break points
leads by 4 games to 3.
And leads by 4 games to 3. Relying on his experience now to get him through this, but he's yet to break. Federer at 3-4. Pressure on him now as he serves wide and long. Second serve from Federer. Goes down the middle, backhand from Tsitsipas, deep to the forehand of Federer. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer with the forehand up the middle and into the net.
Now, this is where I like to see Roger has been getting into the net a little bit more early in this set. Now, as the pressure mounts, will he stick to that plan or will things change?
Federer, love 15, serves. He's missed his first serve, again by quite a way. Second serve from Federer. Goes into the body, backhand return from Tsitsipas, backhand Federer. Tsitsipas with an aggressive backhand. Federer answers in kind. Now forehand from Federer, goes back to the backhand. Thinks of coming to the net, Federer, but he stays at the back of the court. Backhand Tsitsipas, backhand Federer up the middle, forehand Tsitsipas. Federer having to play defensive forehand, it goes long.
At the first moment, Tsitsipas got a forehand. He went hard and fast straight to Federer's forehand and forced the error. Got Federer on the move. Ooh, love 30.
Federer serves down the middle, chipped back by Tsitsipas. Federer will wait for this one. He goes up the forehand wings. Tsitsipas gets a racket to, but won't get that back in. Yeah, it's amazing what a difference the first serve makes.
Yeah, and a quality first serve. Hardest one to return, that flat one up the middle. You're on full stretch to your backhand side. 15-30.
Federer serves out wide, slice backhand from Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer up the forehand wing. Tsitsipas cross court, winner! Oh, that's great movement by Tsitsipas, and then the control on the forehand. Federer left stranded at the net, and break points. The first break points of the match for Tsitsipas.
And two of them as well.
Thank you.
The champion is in danger. 15-40, serves out wide, forehand return. Forehand from Federer comes in, backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer will kill that volley.
Wow, and that was not an easy approach up from Roger Federer. It was a short, low return. Tsitsipas kind of shanked that backhand pass a little bit. Gave Federer a high volley. One saved.
And again, he got a first serve in there. His first serve percentage for the whole match is 69%. That's impressive. 72 out of 104. But Federer needs another first serve now. He serves down the middle. Forehand return is into the net. And Federer completely unruffled, unmoved. No emotion from him.
And I was just looking at the box there from Tsitsipas. His father was shadowing a swing, telling him to swing at it.
Federer serves off the top of the net and long. Where's this serve going to go?
I'll go body.
I'm going to go body as well. And Federer does go body. Backhand return from Tsitsipas. Forehand from Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer runs around his backhand, goes to the forehand wing. Doesn't get much depth, but Tsitsipas nets. That was the first unforced error for a while.
And Roger just giving himself a rev up there after that point. From 2 break points, he's got game points. Oh, I like seeing Federer just get that little bit of fire in the belly.
Federer serves off the top of the net and wide, making it hard for himself. His first serve percentage is still very good, though. He serves up the forehand wing of Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas nets, looking to wrong foot Federer. And Federer holds, having saved break points, and that throws the momentum back again.
That's the first time I feel like Tsitsipas was a little bit tight in his ground strokes. And boy, is he giving it his supporters crew a bit of a...
Federer just asking how many more games before the ball change.
Yeah, geez, Tsitsipas was having a good old conversation and he was letting it rip to his box there. If only I could understand Greek.
Forehand return from Federer, backhand from Tsitsipas. Federer up the line into the net.
15.
I can't believe that's... Hang on, have I got my maths wrong? 26... We've played 34 games, right? Shouldn't they be changing the balls now? Forehand return from Federer, sliced by Tsitsipas. Backhand from Federer across court, backhand Tsitsipas. Forehand from Federer, Backhand Tsitsipas down the line. Forehand from Federer. Forehand Tsitsipas down the line. Federer at full stretch, can't get that back.
He's done that so well all match long, Tsitsipas. As soon as that ball from Federer drops a little short, hits that forehand hard early up the line and chases it on in.
Have I got this wrong, Mark? I mean, you change it 7, 16, 25, 34 games. Shouldn't they have changed the balls then?
Maybe that's why Roger was asking.
Yeah. And James Kyothorong said 2 more games. Maybe I've got it wrong, but for me, they should have been changed then. It's 7 for the first and every 9 after that. So
have they done something different with the time?
7 and 9 is 16, plus 9 is 25, plus 9 is 34. And 7-6 is 13, 7-6 is 13, that's 26, plus 4 all, 34 games. Backhand return from Federer, off the top of the net, drops over. Apology from Federer.
13.
At 13 love, it may not be decisive, but stroke of luck, and he was chipping and charging.
Yeah, I like that play. I'd like to see him do a little bit more of that on the second serve.
Apology for Federer.
30-15.
Tsitsipas serves out wide. Just too long.
He's missed a few first serves.
Yes, he has. It's gone of late. His percentage hasn't been as good as Federer's overall. A second serve. Federer runs around his backhand, but hits the forehand into the nets.
14-15.
Will it make a difference, the fact that they're playing now with balls that are in their 10th game?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they do get changed now, if the umpire has realised that there has been a mistake.
Tsitsipas serves down the centre, an ace. Unless there's been a rule change that I wasn't aware of.
And at 207 kilometres per hour, that ace.
Tsitsipas leads.
That's not a serve of a tied man.
Tsitsipas leading 5-4. Federer will have to serve to stay.
Well, if Tsitsipas breaks serve here, the roof will be shaking by this crowd support.
Federer serving to stay in the third set. 1 set all. He serves at 4-5. Chip back. A drop shot by Federer. Tsitsipas will get to that. He goes cross court, but Federer will cut it off. But Tsitsipas, I think, will get there. He throws up the lob. Where's that going to land? Federer shepherds it long.
15.
Again, that little fadeaway drop shot from Roger Federer, setting up like he's going to hit a big forehand, but throwing the racket under the ball into a drop shot.
He played that one better. Federer serves. This is live. Backhand return is wide.
13.
He said the roof will be shaking if Tsitsipas were to break here. But imagine if Federer broke in the next game. Even louder. That's backhand return from Tsitsipas. Another drop shot from Federer. Tsitsipas won't get to that one.
Interesting. 2 little drop shots. Maybe Federer is sensing that Tsitsipas has just become a little bit tired, maybe a half a step slow, and now he's just teasing him with these drop shots, forcing him to work a little bit harder.
Federer serves out wide, backhand return into the net. Federer holds to love.
Wow, very economical. Like a Kia, I imagine. How is that? You know I'm trying for a car. And there's the ball change. So the umpire was right. 2 more games. So Federer's gone to the chair.
Well, he stuck to his word.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just think the maths is wrong. Unless there's been a change.
Maybe that's a question to ask. And that's what happens so often. Ball change and a fresh racket, fresh restring. Balls tend to go a little bit faster through the air, being brand new.
Tsitsipas showing the new balls to Federer, totally unnecessary because of course Federer knows that. That's why he's changed his racket. Tsitsipas serves, forehand return deep to Tsitsipas backhand, forehand from Federer. Again a bit deep forehand from Federer, backhand from Tsitsipas up the line, forehand Federer cross court but wide.
15
And still we await our first break of serve.
And I like the fact that Tsitsipas went twice to Federer's forehand. Trying to potentially break that down, and that serve was heading in that forehand direction as well after that error from Federer.
34 regulation games. No breaks of serve. Forehand from Federer is too long.
So it seems under pressure, Tsitsipas senses that Federer forehand is the side to go to, give him the better chance of winning the point. It's worked 2 times so far, 30-love.
Tsitsipas from the president's box end. Serves, tipped back by Federer. Tsitsipas goes up deep to the forehand of Federer. That's too long from Federer.
40 love.
Tsitsipas just stands there and half volleys the ball loose. But be careful because that very nearly hit his foot or hit his racket before it hit the ground.
And that'll be a loss of a point.
It would indeed. Is Tsitsipas going to hold his serve to love? Forehand return from Federer is long. He is.
4 forehand errors from Roger Federer in that game. They all went long, so new balls, they do travel faster through the air, and Roger has pulled out a brand new restring. Tsitsipas gone with a fresh restring as well.
Federer serving to take us into a third successive tiebreak. He serves out wide. Forehand return is into the net. So that's the last. At least 10 points have gone with serve. In fact, I think it's about 14, isn't it? Because Federer was down on his serve. Federer serves, just missed the centre line. Second serve from Federer. Goes down the middle. Forehand return from Tsitsipas at full stretch. Federer goes back to his baseline. Backhand Tsitsipas. Forehand Federer across court. Pushed back by Tsitsipas. Federer out the net. Goes to the Tsitsipas forehand. That's a good shot by Tsitsipas. Federer gets a racket to the volley but can't control it.
Yeah, Federer looked like he was looking to cover the cross-court pass. Tsitsipas gone down the line.
Federer serving at 15 love. Missed his first serve. Second serve from Federer. Goes out to the forehand. Tsitsipas gets a good contact at that one. Federer up the middle. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Backhand Federer to the backhand of Tsitsipas. Federer runs around his backhand, lofts the forehand. Tsitsipas plays a half volley off his baseline. Federer goes long.
15-13.
Tsitsipas just one step closer to breaking serve and taking this third set. And the crowd sense it, and they're starting to G up both players. Federer at 15-30. What can the champ do?
The champ serves off the top of the net and wide. Real opportunity here for Tsitsipas.
Be brave, young man. Here we go.
Second serve. Goes to the backhand. It's heavily kicked but short. Backhand return. Forehand from Federer. It's gone wide. Federer's challenging.
I think he's challenging in hope. He was in horrible position to hit that shot. Off balance.
I don't think it was off the middle of the racket either.
Yeah, his body was falling away to the left. Just didn't set up right there. And it is well wide.
15-40. Mr. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
And he knew it, and that brings up
2 set points for Tsitsipas. Federer serves down the middle. Too long. He saved the 2 break points earlier in this set with first serves. He's not going to rely on a decent second. He serves into the body. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Forehand from Federer. Goes to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Cross court by the Greek. Forehand by Federer. Netted! The first break of serve in the entire match comes after 2 hours and 54 minutes. And it goes to the young pretender. The defending champion is wobbling. If Roger Federer is to come through this, it has to be in 5 sets. It's Stefanos Tsitsipas, who at 10:10 on the Sunday evening, 7th day of the Australian Open, takes a 2-1 lead. We're going to take a short break, and after that,
with you on AO Radio, live around Australia and around the world. It's lovely having your company. on this Sunday night. Alongside me is Jenny Drummond. Hello, Jenny.
Good evening, Steve. Oh my goodness, what are we witnessing?
We're witnessing an enormously good tennis match, I can tell you that. Whether we're witnessing the demise of Federer in the 2019 tournament or not, well, we'll be able to work that out over the next hour, hour and a half or 2 hours. However long it takes, as Tsitsipas starts things off in the fourth set with a couple of really good service points for 30-all. The 30 love.
I really am so impressed with how he responded after dropping that really tight first set. I mean, for a youngster, 20 years of age, against the all-time great Roger Federer, as he nails another ace down the tee to go 40 love in this opening game of the fourth set.
It's brilliant serving.
It really is, and, you know, his response has just been extremely mature. In such a massive moment.
Absolutely. Tsitsipas serves down the middle again for another ace. That is an astounding way to start the fourth set of this men's fourth round match, playing for a place in the quarterfinals. Tsitsipas showing no nerves, showing the ability, and I think this is what you're talking about, Jenny, the ability to handle any situation that is thrown at him. Awkward moments all the way through this, where many people have capitulated to Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, the aura on the other side of the net. Not this man.
Most definitely not. And even that first game of this fourth set, he's sending Roger Federer a message. I'm going to nail these service games. The pressure is going right back on you. Bring it to me.
Do you reckon everyone thinks they've got the ticket of the week inside Rod Laver Arena? I think they have. Federer serves, just back by Tsitsipas. Advancing on the net is Federer. Low down, plays a backhand volley beautifully. Nice work from Federer at the net. He's not looking happy, not surprisingly. If you've just joined us, you have missed to this point a very, very high-level match. Backpedaling, Federer tries to play that forehand on the half volley, puts it into the net, 15-all. Love won in the fourth. Federer 2-1 down, who have played 3 hours on centre court already.
And I'm sure a couple more to come.
Certainly looks like it, unless Stefanos Tsitsipas wins this set, in which case it can't really go much longer than an hour, you wouldn't have thought. Federer serves, Lantis in the box. There's the backhand straight back down the middle of the court from Tsitsipas, skipping in, putting a little bit more weight on that, then picks up the forehand on the half volley. Federer goes with the backhand. Slight mishit from Tsitsipas, a horrendous mishit on the volley at the net from Federer, into the net, almost on top of the net he was.
Well, you really don't see that very often from the great man Roger Federer. His timing was completely off on that volley. I mean, it was a bit of a mishit from Tsitsipas, but the bottom of the net, and you could see his reaction there.
Federer serves, moves into the mid-court for the kill, and Tsitsipas, he completely mishit that, and it looped over Federer's head, landed just out, and after apologising immediately, Tsitsipas realised that in fact he really should challenge it, because it was that close to the line. As much as he didn't deserve to win the point, and he didn't, because it is out, it was a complete mishit from him. Okay, 30-all. Love won in this opening game of the fourth set. It's not a must-hold, but you do feel it's really important for Federer to hold this. Backhand from Tsitsipas, also from Federer. Back of the court at the moment. Nice angle from Tsitsipas. Runs round to hit. Oh, he went for it. He ran round to hit the off-forehand winner right across the court on an impossible angle. It proved to be just impossible, but not by much.
Yeah, he went for the gamble there, and really great to see him going for these opportunities. He really is a risk taker, and it's phenomenal to watch.
Federer with a game point at 40-30 then. But it doesn't appear to be quite on his racket, this match. Tsitsipas is playing a little bit more aggressively. You don't often say that. Nice drop shot from Federer. Tsitsipas does really well to get there, and then Federer hits a volley straight at him, and it just bounces out, unable to control it. Tsitsipas at the net, but he is definitely unsettling Federer in almost every rally.
Wow, what a drop shot, first of all, from Federer, but he was not expecting such a great reply from Tsitsipas, and even Tsitsipas to get that volley back.
Yeah.
I don't think Roger knows what's coming next from the 20-year-old from Greece.
No, he's learning as he goes along. They have played that one exhibition match at the Hopman Cup, but this is the real deal right here. And the Hopman Cup seems a long and distant memory of a couple of weeks ago. Advancing on the net, Tsitsipas low down, plays a terrific volley, and Federer again tries to pass him. Another good volley at the net from Tsitsipas, and an even better one on the backhand to win the points.
He is just hugging that net. He is anticipating so beautifully with those volleys and almost playing with Federer a little bit from side to side. And Federer has no chance on those passing shots.
He is slap bang wallop in the zone right now. He's playing quickly. He's really believing in everything he's doing. Tsitsipas serves. Federer on the forehand just completely mistimes it. 30 love. Shakes his head. Federer trudging to the deuce court to receive at 30 love. Down to Tsitsipas here, and 2-1 down.
It just feels already in this set that Tsitsipas has the upper hand and is winning the points a lot easier than Federer.
He is right now. Nice serve from Tsitsipas. Sits back for him to have a go at a backhand. Federer's there to cover. Another backhand from Tsitsipas, also from Federer, slicing that time. And Tsitsipas nets.
30-15.
But you have to get due reward for any periods of dominance, and of course Tsitsipas has just taken the third set, but he doesn't have a break of serve here in the fourth, so we are very, very still much balanced in this set. Tsitsipas serves out wide for an ace.
14-15.
He is so accurate with that serve. Really does get so many cheap points from it when it's firing in all cylinders as it is tonight.
Well, he had 3 in his first service game. There's another one for his fourth. It's his 15th for the match. Serves out wide again, but he just misses it on this occasion. He's at 1,000,000 miles an hour moving along here. 40-15. Second serve. Federer just completely mistiming that ball, trying to hit a cross-court forehand, but everything that Tsitsipas is delivering, Federer is finding uncomfortable right now. It's 2-1 on serve. Numbers have always been a bad thing for me. I don't remember a double foot from Tsitsipas, and I have watched the whole match. Oh, double foot, there it is. No, he has one for the match. Thank you very much. It's funny, as long as I look at the aces line, and there's the double faults just sitting there and I can't see it. Federer runs around, hits an inside-in forehand up the line, but Tsitsipas was there as well. Federer defends it beautifully. Tsitsipas opens up with the off forehand winner fairly leaping into it, and Federer is slap bang in trouble here. Love 15.
That off forehand from Tsitsipas is so dangerous. He set it up with the forehand down the line and then followed in with an absolute power shot of that inside-out forehand.
Federer serves down the middle, just catching the line for an ace. Although Tsitsipas is challenging. You know, when I open the fridge and look for the milk, I'm one of those blokes, I just stare at it, I can't see it. Where's the butter? I don't know, it's sitting there. Same with double
Are your
faults.
glasses on your head? Where are my glasses?
I don't know, yeah, I left them here, I think.
Oh,
it's in. Yeah, we thought it was. I'm sure Pete said I left my sunglasses in here. I don't know if he was lying or if he's hidden them.
He might have taken them.
I think he's hidden them. Mikado is coming back later.
They're right there.
Oh, no, they're there.
You literally couldn't script that.
I told you it's not going well. Federer serves, just missing the middle centre line, going for another ace there at 15 all and 1-2 in the fourth. At least I can see the players. Serves this time, and that is just defensively chipped by Tsitsipas, lands right on the baseline, and Federer hits a really lazy looking inside out forehand with no power on it at all. It drifted into the tram lines, and then he's left staring at the baseline, but there's no point staring at it because it landed in.
And he stands there with his hands on his hips as if to say, how on earth did that get in?
Well, it was in and there was nothing on it, and he made a hash of it. 15-30. Nice serve. He didn't make a hash of that though. Two big serves on the ad court are keeping him in this game. 30 all.
Great response there from Federer. Under pressure, 15-30, 1-2 down, 2 sets to 1 down, and a clutch first serve.
Let's see what he does here on a big point for Federer. Down the middle again, chipped. Takes it straight out of the air this time, Federer, but he leaves himself open for the pass. Oh, but that's a wonderful volley at the net from Federer. Just cut off that pass in its prime and played a wonderful touch volley.
That is phenomenal feel from Roger Federer. Literally just stopped that volley, took all the pace off it.
40-30, serves to the backhand of Tsitsipas. It comes right back at him. Federer goes on the opposite corner. Tsitsipas is there again. Went back behind him into the net, though, the Swiss. And Tsitsipas is fist-pumping away behind the baseline. He's got Federer right where he wants him, but can he break through? That is the question. Deuce.
He's got him riled, that's for sure.
Fed serves out wide beautifully. Oh, that was a lovely serve, swinging away. Only 184 on the speed gun, but halfway up the service box. Absolutely unreturnable.
Once again, Roger Federer's serve getting him out of trouble in this service game.
It's got him out of trouble quite a few times in his career. Serves, Tsitsipas again, slicing this backhand. It lands on the forehand of Federer. He goes inside in, up the line. Tsitsipas tries to put out a lob, and it lands just over the net, and Federer slams it away and hangs on. He didn't face a break point, mind you. Hangs on 2 all. It feels like he's hanging on.
Absolutely, and every point, particularly on the juice court, was a mission to win for Federer there.
But you know what? This guy's won 6 titles here. He knows how to get this done. If he can just hang in here and wrest the initiative back from Tsitsipas, this could all swing around again.
Well, he knows he has to win his service games, but the other hurdle is winning Tsitsipas' service games when he's serving so well as he just booms another ace down the tee.
Numero 16 for Mr. Tsitsipas. An ace, beautiful ace down the middle. 15, love. And again goes down the middle. This time Federer gets a forehand racket on it, forces a rally ball, cross-court the pair go, then sliced forehand, bringing Federer into the net. Surely, oh no, that's a terrible lob from Tsitsipas, and Federer gleefully just slams it away at the net.
I think Federer was expecting an exceptional lob there, ready to leap up into the air and have to hit some miracle backhand volley from behind his head. But in fact, it just sat up over the top of the net, and he was able to put it away for a winner.
That was a shocking lob, complete mishit from Tsitsipas. 15 all, 2 all. Serves down the middle. He miss. Serves. Federer's waiting for this one though, and he tried to go over the high part of the net, just over the Kia sign on the net, but he found the net, Federer. And he'd be frustrated with that because he knew exactly where that serve was going, but just made a bit of a hash of the return. 30-15.
Yeah, interestingly, he took about 2 or 3 steps back, ready to receive that second serve because he was literally stepping in to attack it, but unsuccessfully.
To the backhand of Federer, back into play. Tsitsipas in the mid-court, hammers a forehand down the line. Federer does really well to keep this in play. Now Tsitsipas from behind the baseline. I don't know what that was, but it didn't land in.
It didn't land in, and Federer was ghosting into the net. I think Tsitsipas saw that out of the corner of his eye and got slightly put off.
That was a shot you'd be disappointed to see down your tennis club on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, particularly at this crucial point in the fourth set, rather.
All right, here's half a door ajar for Federer. The serve out wide from Tsitsipas is called out. It's very close to the line. Tsitsipas was so confident it was in, he gave a little fist pump and moved to the opposite side, but now he's forced into a challenge. Did it land in? No, it didn't. It's out.
I thought it was out from my naked eye at whatever pace it was, 181 Ks.
Your naked eye correct, Jenny. This time he serves down the middle. Federer runs right around onto the forehand and leaves himself a bit open, then defensively just has to bunt a forehand in, brings Tsitsipas to the net, and Tsitsipas unwisely hit it straight at Federer to give him one more chance, but he couldn't take advantage. Tsitsipas has no challenges left unless this set goes all the way to a tie-break.
And we're only at 2-all. That could prove rather costly. But I don't blame him for challenging in that serve. It was really, really close.
40-30 here and a point for a 3-2 lead for Tsitsipas. Serves down the middle, but it's too long. Jenny Drummond and Steve Pearce with you on AO Radio. Serves out wide, goes to the Federer backhand. Federer again finds the top of the net, and head slumped a little bit. Things are not going how he would choose. Mrs. Federer agrees in the box, and the pair will go and sit down after the fifth game. It's on serve though. Tell you what, he is a hugely successful player and certainly the best of this generation. And Roger Federer is in a little bit of bother here. 2-1 down.
Next change of ends for Tsitsipas, it's his legs.
The trainer has been called for Tsitsipas's legs at the next change of ends. You heard James Keothathong there, the umpire, has passed on that. Whether Roger Federer heard that or not is another matter. Probably not, but he might have seen something going on. Tsitsipas lands that back defensively near the baseline of Federer. Tsitsipas seems to be moving okay, though. Lands that right near the baseline as well, but then dumps an off forehand into the net.
Well, it's been a really warm day, actually. The sun has been really hot. So I don't know whether, Tsitsipas is feeling maybe a little bit of cramp. He's maybe a little bit tired. Well, he would be tired.
He would be tired. I think anyone might be tired. It's 3.25 hours out on court. We're into the fourth set. Federer 30 love. Tsitsipas, of course, trying to get through to the quarterfinals of a major for the first time. He would be the first Greek player to ever reach the quarterfinals of a major. So there's a bit on this from his country's perspective as well, even though not everyone in the country is clearly supporting him, as we now know. 40 love Federer. Fault, but not a bad time to do it. Not a bad time at all. Out wide, Tsitsipas goes backhand, cross court. Federer tries the drop shot. Tsitsipas is there. He was there in plenty of time, but simply put it into the tape. And Federer holds for 3-all.
That was really smart play from Federer, because you can see how far back he pushed Tsitsipas with that kicking second serve. Tsitsipas hitting the single-hander return, and then immediately Federer hits the short backspin drop shot, and Tsitsipas has to sprint the entire court, the entire length of the court, with what could be his tired legs. As we see in our pictures, the trainer walking down the Walk of Champions ready to come onto the court at the next change of ends.
He's only played one 5-setter and he won it. Stefanos Tsitsipas, who wins the opening point here. Federer is a little bit more experienced in 5-set matches, having won 30 and lost 21. For Tsitsipas, it would be just his second.
He's played 51 5-setters. That's quite a few.
Just quite a few, isn't it? But of course, for most Greek fans and Stefanos Tsitsipas, he will not be wanting 5 sets here.
Absolutely not.
He'll be wanting 4, and we'll see no reason why he can't close this out in 4. It's 3 games all, 15 love, but Tsitsipas 2 sets to 1 up as he serves another ace. His 17th of the match to take him to 30 love.
Well, if his legs are bothering him, then that's what he's got to do in his service games, ace after ace, because the games will just go so much quicker and it's less running throughout the games.
Serves again, and Federer just defensively, just bunting this back near the baseline. That was very low over the net from Tsitsipas. There's another drop shot from Federer. Then a really delightful angle right across court, so close to the net from Stefanos Tsitsipas, and even Federer wasn't expecting that.
That was a phenomenal drop shot from Federer, and for Tsitsipas to first of all get there, but hit that passing shot.
Such touch.
Amazing touch and balance.
40 love, he serves down the middle, misses this at 202 kilometres an hour. There's another go at this. Federer jumps onto this with a forehand, hits right back at Tsitsipas's feet. He did well to get his feet out of the way and get a racket on it, but it flew out.
That return of serve was hit so early, right at the top of the bounce by Roger Federer. Tsitsipas had barely finished his service swing by the time the ball was right at his feet.
It did sit up for him. It wasn't the best of second serves. Let's see what he delivers here on 40-15. Tsitsipas out wide. Nice return. Beautiful angle from Federer. Tsitsipas, well, he tried to almost go around the net post, but to try and find the corner, but he overhit it. And from 40 love to 40-30, and Federer is looking interested.
Yeah, he didn't really have much option there but to go for the clean winner, because the return of serve took him so wide out the court.
Needs one of his big serves here. The Greek man, the 14th seed, Tsitsipas, serves a big one.
He delivers.
He delivers at 200 kilometres an hour out wide, unreturnable, and holds on for a 4-3 lead. And here comes the trainer for Tsitsipas's legs, but exactly what it is, maybe the onset of a little bit of cramp, or has he got a muscular issue? I don't know why he's pointing. To arrive. James Kyothethong's looking interested as Tsitsipas backs around at his bag.
Decided to change his racket, but is getting booed.
Well, it's not a surprise really, because it's a very pro-Federer crowd, not surprisingly, and it has been for a very long time here. It only takes a couple of people to insinuate that that's a form of gamesmanship, and everyone will jump on board. I'm not going to make a call. Here we are, Federer serving with new balls.
Thank you.
At 3-4, 2 sets to 1 down. Goes out wide, nicely done by Fed. Tsitsipas just gets a racket on it.
And the crowd want to see more.
They do. They want to see a fifth set.
They want to see a fifth set.
And they want to see Federer win. They really do. Is that an ace down the middle? Not quite. Just skipping away, slicing away. Too much right to left on that for Federer, so it'll be a second serve, which he has a go at now, and Tsitsipas hammers it back at him with a forehand. There's another one. Runs round his own forehand, Federer, but he really mishit that.
15 all.
Yeah, he just overcooked that forehand. Really unnecessary, unforced error, and that's his 35th of the match, compared to Tsitsipas's 21.
Just defensively back from Tsitsipas, but it floats just long with the backhand. Federer pretty happy to see that out. Little wipe of the brow for him. Not looking flustered though, really. He's not looking happy, but he knows he's right in this, and that's good serving from Federer to the bottom of the net. The reply from Tsitsipas. All the rallies have gone out of this contest right now. We're seeing some shorter service games.
It's the battle of the serves at the moment.
Yeah, it is right. Federer out wide, too wide. 3-4 and 40-15 in the fourth set. Fed serves, backhand from Tsitsipas, who's pretty weak. Leaves himself open to Federer to do that to him, but Tsitsipas does really well to get this back into play, and advancing on the net, Federer slams away a drive volley.
And Tsitsipas looks at the line as if to challenge, but of course he's got none left.
Yeah, you can give it a whirl if you want. I like to challenge that. No challenges left, Mr. Tsitsipas. Rightio. That's going to be the story, unless this goes to a tie-break when you get one
extra,
each, one extra, in which case he's back in business. But he won't want a tie-break. He'll want to hold here and break for the match. We're that close to the end, possibly.
This is a massive game for both players. Massive first point. Who can get on the board first and put the pressure on the other player?
And you better believe they both know that. Tsitsipas serves, misses it. Federer will be very happy to see that first ball miss. Let's have a look at the second serve here. Tsitsipas down the far end, onto the backhand of Federer, lands it pretty deep. That's a nice backhand from Tsitsipas. On the run, then he plays a forehand, forcing Federer to defend. Comes into the net, Tsitsipas. Can Federer pass him? Nice volley, Tsitsipas on the first occasion. The second one, though, he can't get near. And Federer passes him beautifully.
Devin Luthi, his coach, on his feet. His long-time mentor by his side, delighted with that one, but cool, calm and collected Ivan Lubicic sits there, continues to sit there in the box. I don't know how he does it.
The noise in the crowd, you'd think that's set up match point. It's just love 15 in the fourth set. Tsitsipas serves, Federer pushing this back on the forehand, right down the middle of the court. Bit more on that from Tsitsipas. He really ripped into that forehand. Too heavy for Federer, 15 all.
That was some response from Tsitsipas there, really showing Federer that he's going after the game. He's not going to sit back and let Federer win this game. He's going to take it to him.
He can't change now. He's been aggressive all night. Can't go back on that now. Great serving, fist pump, net cord. Wow. Refocus for the 14th seed.
I didn't even notice the net cord at that point.
Wow. It must have been a fine one, but if the machine goes off these days, there's no quibbling. You can't challenge that. Serve is exactly the same from Tsitsipas, and a very similar result as Federer nets a backhand. Heavy serving from Tsitsipas and accurate. He's really served extremely well tonight. 30-15. Serves again, lands it deep in the box. Federer slices defensively right into the opposite corner. Federer does brilliantly there with a forehand up the line. Oh, that was outstanding from Federer. Tsitsipas nets a backhand.
That is a gorgeous forehand if I've ever seen one, right in front of my eyes. He's literally 10 feet in front of me.
Thank you.
That was so perfectly executed.
Huge point here at 30 all and 4 all in the fourth. I'm tempted to say mammoth. Here we go. Tsitsipas serves right at Federer, goes with the forehand back at Tsitsipas, who goes right back at Federer down the middle of the court, now onto the flank. Tsitsipas runs round, off forehand is too heavy again for Federer.
Federer struggling with that slice backhand a little bit when he's put under pressure pace-wise from Tsitsipas. He's catching it a little bit late, and a number of them going into the net.
Okay, Tsitsipas has 40-30 to set up a 5-4 lead in the fourth. He serves, Federer pushes a forehand right back near the baseline. Tsitsipas again with the backhand. Here's another one, the slice. Federer flattens it out, catches the tape, it's wide. And he shakes his head as he trudges towards his chair. He knows he's got to come out in 2 minutes and serve to stay in the match.
That is a big prospect for Roger Federer.
The quarterfinals, or will Federer find a way to extend this again? It's 4-5. Federer serving to stay in the match, the defending champion. Into the net. This is coming to you live on AO Radio from Melbourne. Jenny Drummond and Steve Pearce with you. Federer serves. Tsitsipas completely mishits a forehand. I wonder if he was beginning to think of the finish line as well. That was a horror shot.
It was. I don't think he was expecting the second serve to go out wide like that already on his forehand, because that forehand really does do some damage and has done in this match already.
Perfect start for Federer. He sets himself again at 15 love. Backhand into the net from Tsitsipas. He marches back in front of us here. Federer, he's just got to do a shoelace up here, Tsitsipas. He's done that. Federer's ready to serve. He'll be happy with 30 love. Serve. Tsitsipas goes with the forehand straight back at Federer near the baseline. Picked up on the half volley. Running in. Tsitsipas does brilliantly to hit a cross-court winner on the backhand from the mid-court. That was some skill there from the Greek man. Look at that. Top spin backhand. Brilliant stuff. 30-15.
Such a gorgeous shot to watch.
Federer serves out wide. Tsitsipas floats a backhand back. Federer goes into the opposite corner for a lovely winner. Tsitsipas was nowhere near it. 40-15. Gee, these two play quickly.
They really do, unlike Rafa earlier on, who
right?
takes his sweet time. You know, he's got lots of things to do before he serves.
Federer 40-15. Sliced forehand return from Tsitsipas. Lands very short, brings Federer in. Federer attacks. Up goes the lob from Tsitsipas. It's just out. Federer. Near the line. He can't challenge it anyway. Federer does brilliantly there. A commanding service game from the 20-time major champion, Roger Federer. And it's 5 games all in the fourth. Do we have a tie break to decide this one?
Well, if it does go to a tie-break, how exciting is that going to be, given the first two that we've already had?
Can I just say very?
I don't think I'll be able to watch, let alone commentate.
You'll have to. Tsitsipas serves out wide to start off this 11th game. Second serve. Federer just pushing this back on the forehand. A heavier forehand from Tsitsipas. Lands deep, and you heard what Federer thought of that backhand.
Oh, no. I don't know if those were the exact words, but that's what it sounded like.
It was exactly that, because it was a mishit into the net, just not what he wanted on that opening point. 15 love. Tsitsipas serves down the middle. That'll be another ace. Number 19. Federer served 11. It's not as if Federer served badly, but I think, you know, for a first look at Tsitsipas' serve in a huge match. Wow.
And it's the timing of the aces.
30 love. Goes down the middle again. Just too long. It'll be a second serve. Still a look in this game for Federer. Lands this in. Heavy backhand from Federer. Really attacked it. But you heard it slump into the net. 40 love. Tsitsipas looking comfortable here to open up a 6-5 lead.
This is exactly what Tsitsipas wanted at 5-all. This could have been a tough game.
And he serves heavily, and Federer hoiks it wide. And the most comfortable of service games for Stefanos Tsitsipas has put him ahead again in this 4th set. So Federer must come out and once again serve. And he serves to Tsitsipas, who bunts this back with a backhand. Federer goes with the forehand, then approaches the net, and he left himself open to the pass. And he would be very happy man to see that hit end up in the net from Tsitsipas. 15-love.
I think Federer knew that if that ball was over, he was toast.
He was cooked. He was, yeah. But it wasn't, and Federer serves down the middle. Tsitsipas does well with a forehand right back at Federer, though. That was right on his shoelaces as well, much like Federer did one to Tsitsipas a couple of games ago. It was utterly unreturnable. Did well to get a racket on it. 15-all. People are praying in the crowd. I'm not sure if they're praying for a Tsitsipas win or a Federer comeback.
That's one of the main men of Uniqlo.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, please.
Ball kid, a bit slow to get the ball, but won't hold that against them. 15-all here as Federer serves again, lands this onto Tsitsipas's backhand. Awkward looking volley low down. There's the overhead smash from Federer. Brilliant volley from Federer. Up again, surely he puts it away. No, Tsitsipas gets it again, but it falls just short.
Wow.
You have to say, wow. Rod Laver Arena, there's people on their feet. They can't believe what they're seeing here. The quality of tennis is quite outstanding.
Not only the quality of tennis, but the athleticism from both players is just phenomenal. They are scampering around the court.
Federer serves live. You could just hear some highlights there if you're wondering what all that noise was coming across the radio. It's 30-15 here. You won't miss a ball live here on AO Radio as Federer serves. Backhand from Tsitsipas pushes him right back. That looks to have just strayed out from Federer. I don't think that's worth a challenge.
No.
I would have called that out from here in our position in the commentary box.
That was just a loose forehand from Federer there. Didn't need to go for the line. It was a routine forehand. Tsitsipas just hit the ball down the middle. Federer just not getting out of the way, and Hawkeye confirming that that was out.
Wow, 30-all, huge point here as Federer serves and misses it by a mile down the middle. Sam lands the second serve. Tsitsipas attacks it with a backhand, but he attacked it too much. It was a mishit. It floated long. Federer grits his teeth and digs in again. 40-30.
Wow, is Federer relieved with that return of serve that floated a couple of inches long.
Please.
What a point.
Fed serves at 40-30. Tsitsipas gets a racket on it, but it caught the net cord. Still a first ball. Fed serves again. The backhand from Tsitsipas floats long. And we will have a tie break to decide the 4th set. and maybe the match.
Well, I told you, Steve, I can't watch, so I'm out of here.
Jenny is leaving. But you've got to stay with me. Everyone else stay. I'm going to need your support through this.
Wow. What a phenomenal match. So exciting for all the fans.
Righty-ho. Okay, let's get the tiebreak underway. Tsitsipas serves an ace out wide. If Tsitsipas wins this tiebreak, he wins the match and moves into the quarterfinals.
Well, he's 1 point closer. Just 6 to go.
Righty-ho. Just the 6.
It's as simple as that.
Federer can't get a ball. That won't please him greatly. Now he gets one. And he takes another one. Just misses Federer. Lots of come-ons from the side. The shot clock counts down, but Federer will beat that. He doesn't hang around once he gets to the baseline. He's ready to serve at love 1 in the breaker. Tsitsipas gets his back on the forehand. The off forehand from Federer. Tsitsipas there to cover. Federer tries the other side. He gets another ball back from Tsitsipas. Here comes another one. He can't break through at the moment. The slice from Federer. Cross court from Tsitsipas. The same from Federer. Down the line Tsitsipas, and Federer got there, but he put it long. The mini break goes to the Greek man.
Wow. Tsitsipas really causing trouble with that backhand down the line. The change of direction.
Thank you.
Disturbing Roger Federer's rhythm and shooting that forehand too long.
Federer serves down the middle at love 2. Tsitsipas does well to get a racket on it. Federer doesn't put this away. The lob's gone up from Tsitsipas again, but it's way long. And Federer gets on the board in this tiebreak.
Tsitsipas.
But he's a mini break down at 2-1. Tsitsipas leading 2 sets to 1.
Quiet, please.
Quiet indeed. Tsitsipas serves to the forehand racket of Federer, who pushes his back. Tsitsipas goes inside in up the line. Federer covers into the other corner. Tsitsipas with pinpoint accuracy. Also Federer. Federer on the run, plays the forehand. He's in the middle of the court to receive. Tsitsipas cross court. Federer again goes back behind him. Tsitsipas on the run. Tsitsipas cross court. Up the line Federer. Federer there again with the backhand. Tsitsipas with a brilliant cross court forehand. Federer did it even better. And the roof is nearly off. Everyone is on their feet in Rod Laver Arena. Unbelievable tennis.
How do you even pull that shot off? That was... You thought Tsitsipas had won the point. I think he thought he'd won it too. And then Federer rattles this forehand cross-court. Shot of the tournament.
2 points all. Tsitsipas serves an ace down the middle and roars like the young lion he is. Federer will serve at 2-3.
That's how you respond to that point from Roger Federer.
It's how he's responded all night.
Such great tennis we're witnessing right now.
Yes. Federer serves. Tsitsipas blocks back on the forehand, and then on the run, the forehand into the net from Tsitsipas. And it's 3 points all in this pivotal 4th set tiebreaker. Nobody can watch. Nobody in the Tsitsipas camp, half of the Federer camp. Everyone else is glued to this on the edge of their seats. Tsitsipas by 2 sets to 1. 3 points all in the tiebreak in the 4th set. A place in the quarterfinals is on the line. What happens here? Federer to serve from the far end at 3 all. Serves just out wide. Federer again, the second ball's okay. The backhand from Tsitsipas is straight down the middle. He's forced to run to make that forehand up the line. The drop shot from Federer. Tsitsipas will get there, but he overhits it. The line was gaping, but he blew it.
That could prove to be so costly for Tsitsipas. It was an absolute sitter of a pass down the line. He had all the time in the world because Federer's drop shot really just wasn't good enough, but I think the nerves just coming into play there, and Tsitsipas overcooking that forehand really quite long.
Skidded as he played it, though. He was coming in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. 3-4 on serve in the fourth set tiebreak. Tsitsipas serves to the backhand of Federer. Just bunts this up, brings Tsitsipas in, but he hasn't put this away, and Federer had a chance, but he hoiked the backhand cross-court wide into the tram lines. 4 points all.
Federer will be frustrated with that one. He had a target, and to not even put the ball in the court and test Tsitsipas, make him play a volley when he was 4-3 up in this breaker. Now we're all even at 4-all.
Tsitsipas serves out wide. Federer gets onto this with the forehand, and that's a very defensive cut from Tsitsipas. He's behind in this rally at the moment, but now he's back in play. Both players behind the baseline. Couple of forehands. There's a backhand from Tsitsipas, and Federer slices into the net, and Tsitsipas does what he needed to do. He holds both his service points, and Federer must serve at 4-5.
Exactly, that's what you need to do in a tiebreak. The focus is to win your own service points, and Tsitsipas has done that so well in this breaker so far, under pressure, given that he's 2-1 up. But the pressure is now all on Roger Federer.
He's been here before. How will he handle it? 4-5. He serves down the middle for an ace, although Tsitsipas is using his renewed challenge ability on this one.
I think this just clipped the tee. It looked half in, half out, but obviously if that's the case, then there we are.
Challenge gone for Tsitsipas. He'd better hope there's nothing else he wants to challenge. 5 points all. And if it goes anything like the first set tiebreaker, we're not even halfway done.
Please.
Federer serves to the forehand of Tsitsipas. Pushes this back. Huge point here at 5-all in the tiebreaker. On the run, Tsitsipas can't do anything. He wants someone to overrule what he thought was long on the baseline, but he can't challenge it.
He's challenging the call on the left baseline.
Was it called out?
The ball was
not that I heard. The ball was called out. So in amongst all that melee with... it must have been Tsitsipas pointing to the line judge who called it out, and it is out.
Good call.
Wow, I think that's caught everyone by surprise. In amongst all the melee and the hullabaloo in here, Tsitsipas has a match point. And nobody much likes it, but it is what it is. And Tsitsipas stands at match point in the tiebreaker. And he serves too long. After 3 3/4 hours of incredible tennis, Tsitsipas at match point. The slice from Federer. Here's a big off forehand from Tsitsipas, and he's done it! He has done what no one has done on this court for 3 years. He has stood and gone toe-to-toe with Roger Federer, and he has beaten him in the 4th round. Tsitsipas, a monumental victory. 6-7, 7-6, 7-5, 7-6.
Wow, what a phenomenal standard of tennis. Everyone in Rod Laver Arena is up on their feet. Stefanos Tsitsipas himself cannot believe what he has just achieved.
He has well and truly arrived for the whole tennis world. Today, tonight, Tsitsipas shedding some tears by the looks of it as he sits down, puts his towel to his face. Roger Federer slings his bags over his shoulder and makes off past his conqueror, waves to the crowd. What a run he's had here these last couple of years. The double defending champion and 6 times winner is out.
We can see Tsitsipas' brother in our picture at the moment, visibly. I was about to say upset, but obviously not. Just tears of joy.
Just 20 years old, ranked 15, the 14th seed. Everyone knew he was a talent. Everyone knew he was exciting. Everyone knew he had game, but he has shown everyone how good he is. right here, right now. And he's going to speak to one of the all-time greats of tennis, John McEnroe. In a minute, when he stops crying.
Stefanos. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. I think it's safe to say, or you tell me, this is the best day of your life?
There's nothing I can describe it to. I mean, I'm the happiest man on earth right now. I cannot describe it.
It looked like from the very beginning you believed you could actually win this match, and it looked to me like you thought you were going to win this match. Is that true?
What do you mean? When did I...
It looked like you came out... I'm sorry.
I didn't quite get what you...
I said it looked to me like when you came out on the court, you believed that you were going to win this match.
I truly agree with you. That was... I actually, from the very beginning, that's very important to keep that mindset when you're on the court, to go in and believe in yourself, believe in your capabilities, what you have, your abilities as a player. Roger is a legend of our sport, so much respect for him. He showed so... He showed such a good tennis over the years. I've been idolizing him since the age of 6. I actually it was a dream come true for me, just being on Rod Laver, facing him. And, winning at the end, it's, there's no, I cannot describe it, you know?
We get it. Game, you came out and you were twice called for a serve clock delay. That had to throw you off a little bit, I'm guessing. That was a very weird first game.
Yeah, it was. I was too slow, I have to agree. But I don't know, I just felt weird, you know. I felt like I was on time, but still got these time violations. I don't know, I just wanted to take my time, and sometimes the referee reminds you that you need to be on time.
Then all of a sudden you broke your shoe, or you broke a shoelace. What happened there?
Well, that's very common. That happens almost in every match. If you see me playing in the future, you're going to see many of those.
You survived, I believe, 12 break. You had so many chances, Roger Federer. I think it was 12 break points to break you. How'd you pull that one off?
It's very important to have this, as I said before, as I mentioned, aggressive mindset and not think too much of what's going to happen. Stay in the moment, play percentage tennis, have first serves in and press from the very beginning. I managed to do that. I didn't lose my patience in some of the rallies that we played, so that was the key to save those break points. And overall I showed a great fighting spirit and determination. I had most of you guys supporting me.
Talk a little bit just before we go. I know you want to get in the locker room about this, the energy in the crowd here tonight.
I haven't seen such a loud crowd in my entire life, and playing here at the Rod Laver Arena, it was something, as I said, that I was dreaming as a kid. And the atmosphere, the vibes, the energy that you guys give to me and to Roger today was indescribable.
And finally, from an old servant volleyer, you hit the ball great from the baseline, but your volleying skills at net are absolutely amazing. So I want to thank you for bringing back, hopefully, some net play for the next generation of players.
I have to say, I am inspired by you, and
thank you for lying.
No, but I do believe that coming to the net and being aggressive and taking the ball early, as you said, coming to the net is it has to keep it. We have to keep it going. There's no most of the players in this, let's say, era of the sport. Most of them are baseliners, and I really like this aggressive game coming to the net, serving bowling sometimes from time to time. That keeps the game alive, and it makes it much more interesting.
You got that right. You're watching the Changing the Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Well, that is one huge round of applause for a man who has knocked out Roger Federer.